Why does the camera seems so foggy lately? This phone case I think is getting a bit, it looks a bit better I suppose. It just doesn't, it looks a bit over brightened or something. We need a bit more aura here. We need a bit more aura in the chat, you know. Well, the push-ups are doing a good job, aren't they? Yeah, a couple hundred push-ups a day, there we go. The arms coming in. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it'll be much more crazy when we get up to the 600-700 a day. It's gonna, my arms might explode. How's everybody? I don't know if people get notified. I've already done 2 long lives today, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. We'll see how everybody's going. Oh, you won't believe this. We got a vote for. Was it you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what do you got to tell us that we won't believe? What's happened? You haven't ridden your motorbike today.
Yeah.
Well, we might do that tomorrow. Actually, we might take the motorbike out. We'll give Susie another riding lesson tomorrow. Well, somebody needs to kick off the chat. Otherwise, I'll just sit here and I've had a shower. I've refreshed myself. I was getting a bit worn out in the last stream, so took a break and refreshed myself up. Hello again, Kurth. Good sire. How are you, sir? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, I've freshened myself up. I'll probably make a coffee too. Is there any? Oh, see, how's it? Oh, there's a more in the jug. It must be coffee time. It must be time for a coffee. It must be time for a nice warm beverage. We'll be here chatting for the next couple of hours, so I better get a coffee in me. Kickstarts the moto chat. Oh, here we go. I have no idea. ACDC, Akadaka. I don't know, mate. I don't know what either of those are. I'm sorry. I'm unaware of any context there. Why does the thing look like it lags the hang on, let me see. I just need to check the video effects and stuff, guys, because it looks like it's blurring my face. No, there's no face blur on. See, that was always terrible. Why is it all out of time? Hang on. Is that better? No. It's out of time with my mouth. Maybe the connections. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how we go. It looks it looks a bit delayed. It's annoying. Okay, I'll look it up. Fan noises, kettle noises currently. We're gonna make a coffee. Okay. Some kettle ASMR. No? Yeah, the timing's all out with the video. It's weird. Heidi, go to bed. Don't you start. Lighting. Or relight. Is that pretty? Yeah, we've got relight on now. That makes it look a bit better, I suppose. See, look now, I'm glowing. I'll turn that off. I think that's a bit much. There we go. We'll tone everything down. We'll just I was born in the dark. Molded by it. I didn't see the light and flow was already a man. We're just gonna darken this down, you know that. What? I'm just gonna churning in the bubbling, yes. Well, there you go, 200 push-ups today. Look, 200 push-ups 2 days in a row. Look at the arms, mate. Look at the arm. Look, open hand. No pumping them up, nothing, mate. Look at the arms, mate. If we pump it up, mate. Oh, look at that, 200 push-ups a day, mate. There we go. All for a good cause for the cancer charity. So, gotta have to. Now I can mog everybody again. I've got my push-ups going again. Now I can see. Yeah. I'll sit here and mog everybody. Get Susie very excited. Walk back in from my shower and she's like, "Oh, you look good in that tight black shirt." Da, 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 da. Well, I got a stream. Get off. Get away. I'm under attack here, folks. See that? I blinked twice. You see it? Ripped, bro. Oh yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they get a lot bigger over the next few weeks when I've done 500-600 push-ups a day. So before this, it's good. Get to mog on everyone for a while. That's good. Yeah, I took my shirt off at the end of today's push-up live because I wanted to get a day 1, day 2 physique thing, so at the end of September we can compare it. I had people in the chat going, "Oh, Barry been hiding an 8-pack from us. Didn't know you had one." I was like, "Well, that's the idea. I try keep me blouse on." But when we're doing 700 push-ups a day, I'd say at least it's not summer. The summer workouts are horrid. You're trying to do hundreds of push-ups. Winter's not so bad. Where's the teaspoon? Oh, there's the teaspoon. What do you mean, Sing? What do you mean, mate? Yeah, how are you going? Very grateful. Great to see you again, mate. Good to see everybody. How's everybody's weekend been? Good, bad? If it's been a bit shit, let us know. If it's been good, let us know. Either or. We'll talk about whatever. We're just hanging out. Just hanging around. No, I don't have anything like that. Did I see it? Thanks for all you do. Oh, awesome, bro. Appreciate it, man. So that's the member message thing, right? Oh, he's been a member more than a month. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you renewing that. That's fantastic. Lightwood renewed their one the other day as well, so it was good. Douglas Shatley, hello, mate. How are you, mate? How are you, Douglas? Did you know? Did I know what, mate? Did I know what, mate? I'm Australian. I'm from New Zealand. Good, you? Yeah, I'm doing all right. We're just hanging out, having a bit of a chat. We do self-improvement and stuff on this channel, just try and help people with mindset, chase their dreams, all that kind of thing. So we just hang out and chat. Just positive chat, right? Positive chat only. That's what we do. You made me a Gary. Did you, Kirth? How did you find a picture of Gary? Because we need a good picture of the real Gary. But he's been mysterious in the garage lately. I know where he is on the shelves, but we haven't seen him. We haven't located Gary the possum lately. Why is my camera on here being so crappy lately? Hang on. If everybody hold still a minute. Alright, just hang on. I'm just gonna hang on. The camera's going all fuzzy all the time. And it looks like crap. Hang on. Hold still. It might be a bit better. Is that better? That looks a bit better. Silly thing. You made a Gary. In my community post? Alright, I will check it out. Thank you, bro. Well, show me the Gary. What do we got?
Oh, is that?
Yo! Yeah. Show me the Gary. Oh, that's stunning, mate. It's absolutely stunning work by Kirth there. To do a Gary the possum. He's got that sass in his eyes. I like how he captured the essence in his eyes, that slyness, you know. Hey, mate, so you, Cherno, good to see you again, mate. Saw you were getting after it with the sorting today. How's the space looking so far? You're going well, just bit by bit each day. We're getting there. I'm definitely a lot happier getting through those bins and stuff. That was kind of the main thing that was stressing me in the middle of the garage there. So it's good to make some progress. I can sort of see the forest for the trees in the garage now, right? It's not just mountains of stuff everywhere. I'm like, okay, we're moving forward each day, and yeah. Oh, he's stealing a wrench. That's why he's at look in his eyes. Wow. You're creative. You're very brilliantly creative there, Kirth. Got the peak voice for streaming. We need to blow up your channel, Kirth. Somehow we gotta make your channel just to the moon. Kirth is the most underrated streamer on YouTube. I'll tell you that right now, because he's mostly streaming horizontal, so people don't find him. How long did you say you've been doing it, Kirth? You said you've been on here about like 10 years, right? I saw it. I'm gonna add a video to the to the playlist on the channel. I'll probably put a community post about it as well. There was a YouTube video found today, and it was about like a deep dive into the Truman Show, but it was like from a psychological perspective and talking about how it compares to your real life and what it represented and stuff. It's the best YouTube video I've ever seen. The guy presented it so well. You know, I don't want to do spoilers and stuff, but he did a good ending to the video and stuff. It was like 40 something minutes long, but it's a fantastic video. I wish I could. I sit there, I'm like, man, I wish I could make content like that. Random question: could you take a professional boxer, but they're 5'4"? Probably not, because I'm not a professional boxer. I don't know. You know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall and all that, right? You know, you've seen how, like, you know, look at like a Thailand MMA fighter and stuff. Like, now I'm good. I'm gonna climb up you like a ladder. Yeah, never underestimate your size and something like that. Like before vertical lies, you've been doing it for a while, yeah. Yeah, it's the hardest bit, Curse, is the discovery, right? And that's especially the problem, you know, you do a horizontal stream, it's the discovery, but what about an amateur 5'4" boxer? Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, you're trying to summon me for a spar or something there, Hayden. We're just here, Hayden. We talk about positive mindset, man, and building our dreams, chasing our goals in life. We're not trying to compete with each other or anything. We're all just trying to on our own path and just trying to get a little better each day and enjoy life. You know, that's the vibe here. That's the intention. No, just a question. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, yeah. I've done some. I've done a bit of training in the past, but I don't really go into it too much. Done a bit here or there. Definitely teaches you a lot about like discipline. Teaches you a lot about controlling your body and stuff. But been a while. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I try avoid it. You know what I mean? I think it doesn't tend to serve people. Like, you know, boxing professionally and stuff. I understand it's a pursuit, but yeah. I think I take enough hits to the head riding motorcycles and BMX. I don't think I need to get into boxing as well. Awesome is an intelligent humanoid walking and talking cat that creates outcomes. All right, David Sullivan. Thanks for that, bro. Hello, sir. Hello, Kurt. Good to see you again, bud. I used to train as a bantamweight boxer. I used to carry him around, use him as weights as a joke. Every time he beat the shit out of me in the ring. Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, when he said amateur, I might have a chance. I might go all right. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, if I ever catch up with Team Ola, I'd love to have a playful, fun spar with Team Ola in the ring. I'd love to learn some stuff off that fella in the ring. But yeah, I haven't ever considered really a boxing career. Yeah, I fell out of a shopping trolley as a toddler in the supermarket and cracked my head open. I've done it on BMXs. I've done it on motorbike crashes, given myself bad concussions. And, you know, it puts me off doing motorbike tractors, but if, you know, whack myself in the head again like that, it won't be good. So we try to avoid that. So you're getting in a boxing ring. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Could be a bit strong. I'm having to swing my head around my pole here. Hang on. I'll take Susie's jobs away. I wonder how long it'd take to get that joke. That's why it's the only reason I throw them out there is just to let it marinate and wait for the laugh behind me. It's terrible. Happy to be here, mate. Sounds like you're in the zone today between the progress and the push-ups. Keep crushing. Appreciate. Yeah, it's I was definitely drained when I got off the last life, but I went and made sure I had a big feed of pancakes. Susie's done Susie's Sunday pancakes every Sunday. She makes up some pancakes. It's kind of my treat. That was perfect timing, by the way, love. Well, I was in the garage and I was like doing something I really didn't want to do, and you're like, "Would you like some pancakes?" I'm like, Yeah, I'd love some pancakes actually. Yeah, made it all, good reward for my brain at the end of all the work I didn't, really want to do. Love that feeling when the floor space finally opens up. You can actually see the forest through it. Yeah, exactly, Chino. That's why I keep putting all the parts bins that I'm like putting off sorting. I'm putting right where I'd park a car in the garage. The next car I need to work on. I put that grey ZX together, and the auto transmission had problems, so pulled the motor back out of it. Then I've rebuilt the garage floor hole, sort the garage, so that car needs to come back in and replace the gearbox, then put the motor back in. But as soon as I do that, it's going to be really a lot more difficult to move in the garage. So I've got it outside the door, and I'm just going to organize things a lot better and make sure it's actually set up, because otherwise, every time I go to find something, I'm just going to make a mess, right? So, trying to build some systems, trying to put some systems in place for the garage. That is the mission. Edith, don't talk about that. I don't think anybody should. Is my opinion. I'm trying to give them up. Hey mate, how goes it? Adam, great to see you, mate. A few days, Adam. How you going? Is the old lady around? Yeah, there's the old ball and chain. Hey. Yeah. Mason, couldn't care less. We don't do we don't do politics. We don't do religion here, bro. It's all this channel's all about like positive mindset and aiming up in life and building the life you want, right? Not worrying about things beyond your control. That's what I do here, man. Why does everyone want to make your mindset chats a political dartboard? It's just the nature of lives, Kurth. It's just it's just trolls that they talk about that because it's like it's the topic, it's the thing that's going to cause most likely to cause an argument in a chat. That's all they're doing, right? So yeah, it's not that they actually are interested in politics, or they have something like that about it. They're just trolling, right? They just think it'll get a reaction. So, crikey, g'day Fabian, great to see you again. Yes, crikey, kangaroo, did you do, etc. Hello, Mark and everyone. Hello, Wanda. How are you tonight? Great to see you. Couldn't handle the shock when hit. It was impossible to focus again. Boxing wasn't for me. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Yeah, I've certainly taken enough hits to the head and on motorcycles with a helmet on, and yeah, it's not pleasant. I've been in. I won't go into it, but yeah, I've been in some fights in the past when I've needed to, but I do try to avoid them. I'd prefer to avoid them. It just makes trouble. Can we all just get along? No, it's not mind-boggling, Keth. It's just the world, man. You know how it is, right? 13, 14, 14, 15-year-olds into internet. They got nothing to do, and they just go troll channels, man. It's just children, bro. Mostly, like or they're adults acting like children. So it's just not really mind-boggling. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that. I'd say it's when you understand what 90% of people out there are like, and the amount of brain rot. Like, there's a lot of lives that are bullshit and brain rot, right? So as people are swiping through looking for that, yeah, we do cop the odd one. That's not too bad though. We get mostly get a good thing. Oh yeah, Kurt. Yeah, you can leave them unless they spam it. I'll just ignore them. You can give us some free engagement. Oh dear. Whatever. We'll see how we get on. We'll see how the show goes. But I'm not going to play their silly games. You see that, Kurt? Is the moment I start talking about it more, then another one, then you start getting fed trolls. So we will stay away from the trolls. We're here to talk about self-improvement. We're here to talk about a positive chat. Or just hang out. Like, we're just hanging out tonight and seeing how everybody's going. If anybody's having a crap day or needs some advice, do ask. Otherwise, you can interrupt the chat at any time if you want to discuss something in particular, some kind of issue you're having, or something you want to learn about. What do you need more information about? Of course, the moment I film it, she stops. All right. She's actually asleep. We'll be quiet. The dog's actually asleep. We might actually have some sanity this evening. Where am I from? I'm from New Zealand, mate. I thought the term was mind-boggling until I was 30. Yeah, it's an interesting one, Adam. Yeah, sometimes you mishear things, right? There's a lyric in a song I was just thinking of, and that everybody gets wrong. It's like in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift movie. There's that, like, I think she's like an Australian kind of chick or whatever, Neela, whatever. She's like the main character, chick or whatever. And Sean's on a phone. This is in Tokyo Drift, right? And Sean's on the phone and whatever, and he's like, "Oh, you're an army brat. You moved around, this and that and that." And for years, all I could hear in that movie was her say, "Sira Falang cowboy." I'm like, what on earth is she saying? And one day I looked it up, and he'd guessed all the stuff about her. And what she said was 041 cowboy. And I'm like, you had to listen to it 10 times over, and yeah. I hate that in movies, man, when there's this dialogue and it's just like munched up words. Like they've got all the tech in the world, but they can't make it so the audience can understand it. You ever consider becoming American? We could use you. I have thought about it. I have thought about moving over stateside, but I don't know what I'd do over there. I have no idea what I'd do over there in the stateside. I'd like to visit and go to a steakhouse, something, but habaneros are good. What is it? What is a habanero?
It's like a type of chili or something. Or pepper.
Brain rot like Swiss cheese, but yes, I'm not here to complain. Yeah, it's just a welcome to Vertical Lives. Yeah, Vertical Lives. Once it gets going, a bit there, Kurth. Yeah, you get the odd spicy peppers. Okay, is it chomping at the bit? I'm trying to remember what that term actually means. Chomping at the bit. It's like excited to do something. Thinking about moving for the steak. Yeah, I need to go into a nice steakhouse in Texas or something. They just experience real America, big old Texas, man. A habanero is death for your mouth for the uninitiated. Makes me think of what was it, the hot chili contest. That was a really good episode of The Simpsons. Was the hot chili contest where Homer drinks the wax of a candle.
Oh yeah.
Right? What was it? It was like an insanity pepper or something. I've really enjoyed the like I haven't seen all of it, but like the later seasons of South Park, like the silly stuff back when we were kids and teenagers was all right. But when they started doing the more current event stuff and taking the piss out of that got quite entertaining. Champing, not chomping. Really? So it's champing at the bit, not no, it's chomping at the bit. Don't tell me it's not chomping at the bit. It's like you want to chomp at it. What do you do? What? Really, bro? So what does it mean then? This really spicy for people that don't eat a lot of spicy food. Okay. Oh, might be a bit strong for me. Sayings are funny, I swear. Yeah, they are. Yeah, there's all kinds of weird sayings out there. You know, um, I always thought one that was funny was slept like a baby. Oh, I slept like a baby. Babies don't sleep well, but it's meant to be like, oh, saying you slept really well, that you slept like a baby. It's meant to, I guess, mean peaceful or something. But you didn't. Babies don't sleep well. They wake up all night. Horse biting bit, chomping the bit. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's a great question from Damon. Thank you, Damon. I appreciate. Yeah. Just remember, guys, you can interrupt. Doesn't matter what kind of chat we're having. If there's ever anything going on, you want to talk about something, that is what we're here for at the core of it. 29, struggling to balance extreme ambition with being a good husband and father. My work is consuming me and hurting my relationships. I love my wife and kids, but I don't know how to step back. Help. Struggling to balance extreme ambition. I'll just take a moment here, guys, to read this again clearly. You definitely need to find that balance, Damon. Like there is ambition and wanting a lot of money, a lot of success, and wanting to provide for your family and kids, and like it just depends like where's it ending, because the core important thing is your wife and your kids, right, and the life you're building. So it's like if you spend all your time with ambitions and working, yeah, you're going to lose out on that family time. So it's like, what are the ambitions for? Is it ambitions so you're out working a lot so you can just provide, or are you trying to like you want to really achieve really big things in life, and that's going to take a lot of time? Because so something's got to give somewhere, right? Like you've only got so many hours in a day. So I'd just be wondering, with your extreme ambitions, are they necessary to be that extreme, or could you dial that down a bit and then spend more family time? Because like what, you can have all the ambition and pursue all that, but if you lose the family because of it, it's not worth the trade off, right? If you could fill in some more info based off that, I can try help more. It's as always, like I try to do my best off a few sentences, but yeah, if you get my meaning, if you want to try elaborate, I'd love to talk about it more, man. Bree says your children will be young for a very short time. You can never gain that back. Yeah. Camping, look it up. Well, thank you for the dono there, Kurt. Much appreciated, mate. First donor of the evening. Thank you very much, mate. And you donated earlier today as well. Yeah, a couple of times. Thank you very much, bro. Use Carolina Reaper as a pesticide spray in South Australia. No pests in my vegetable garden. Yeah, that makes sense. It would make sense. I mean, I assume that's why they get so spicy like that, is like other vegetables, is to protect themselves from predators. I would assume that's why things like that become really spicy and hot, so they don't get eaten by a bunny rabbit or something. So, Big Al from Southern Cal here again. Good to see you, bro. Remain faithful in the little things, become greater in the bigger things. Hey, Marcus. Where's Marcus? Is Marcus somewhere? Where was Marcus? Or you mean me, Marcus, not... that was my mother's nickname for me growing up. Kurt's third donor today, I'm sure. Yes, it is. Yes, Kurt's third donor today. Thank you very much, bro. I do appreciate it. Hopefully we get... if Damon wants to continue on with that, I can try for a bit of a deeper answer. Try narrow down on it more. Does it, like, for me? It's about Damon. I'd love to know what the ambitions are. What are these big ambitions you've got, and why are they of value to you? That would be the question. Thank you. Struggling to be fully present with my wife and kids because all I can think about is the time I'm not spending working, and I spend my time working, feeling guilty about my choice. It's to me, bro. Just by your wording alone, it would say that you're feeling guilty and stuff, and you want to spend that time with the wife and the kids, right? So, and you're like, when I'm spending time with the wife and the kids, it's like me. I'll go out to the beach with Susie or something, and I'm like I struggle to relax sometimes because I'm like, man, I just want to go do more stuff. I've got all this ambition, but it is really good to switch off for that time. Literally, like, get the phone off, or whatever you got to do, and actually make sure you are spending some time with the family. And like you could. It doesn't have to be a lot of time with the family, would be my suggestion. I'd say make it really quality time and memories with your kids. And actually, when you are with your wife, we're with your kids, be present with them, Try to not be on a phone too much all around them. And, I've got to take this call, Try and minimize that down, and maybe have, family dinners and stuff where you're, there's no devices, and like an hour after dinner, you're hanging out with your wife and whatever, you get the kids, or she gets the kids to bed, and, you dedicate some time to hang out, right? So I have to balance that kind of thing with YouTube here, as Susie's got her work schedule, I'm doing all this stuff, and she might get home from work at 8 o'clock at night. Like, I'll try and be off here by about 9, so we can actually hang out before going to bed and that and stuff. Otherwise it's just like my whole evening, where our relationship would be after she's been at work, is she already works till 8 p.m. So you know what I mean. It's about finding that balance. But I wouldn't be so hard on yourself, man, feeling guilty for not working too much. Like, do you need to be building it that hard? And if you do, you can do both. There's plenty of time in a day as well, to an extent. But it's like I'd be making sure it's either focused work time or it's focused family time, to find that balance, right? You don't want to be trying to divide your attention when you're working. Work, and the sooner you get the work done, the sooner you can spend more time with the family. When you're with the family, it's family time, and the work can come later. That would be my suggestion, you know, and by taking that pressure off and actually having that family time, you'll work more effectively. You're going to achieve a lot more. Like, there's a lot of people who work very low hours, but they make them really efficient hours and then make a lot of free time for themselves. They don't, you know, you can only grind so much, and then your brain, your body is operating so ineffectively, like you're getting this guilt and stuff that you're probably not going to be very productive anyway, right? So it takes you 10 hours to achieve what you could achieve in 4 hours or 3 hours, right? So that would be how I'd try view it, man. Is just try and break things up and try and structure it a bit, and just make sure you're present in what you're doing. You know, present in your work and focused in your work will get the work done quicker. Present with your family will build that family relationship. That'd be my take. Anxiety is a horrible feeling. Hard to be present when we're fighting. It is, man. It is. That's why I think SF. I think adding that bit of structure and that little bit of intention, just putting away devices and stuff, and making sure that time is just divided up a bit, I think will alleviate a lot of the stress and anxiety. Damon, it's hard because you keep voicing it's hard. Death and life are on the power of the tongue. Yeah. Unbury that first love you felt. Yep. I feel like I have to give up one to have the other, and then it's just hard for me. I mean, I felt like that at times with me and Susie. Damon is like, I'm trying to do YouTube and build this and build that and focus, and then like she's getting up at 4 a.m. to go to work. Like I'm usually up working on the YouTube channel or something till like 1 a.m. She's asleep for 3 or 4 hours. You know, that people said I looked tired on here earlier today, and it's like I was up till 1 a.m. working at the channel and researching stuff, and I sleep a bit later, and like I've now been up since 4:30 in the morning, and like it can be draining, but you know it's worth it, right? It's like it does reduce my productivity. For me, living alone, having my own total freedom and whatever, I can't fully structure my own life exactly how I'd want to have it, but that's what a relationship is, right? It's give and take. There's compromises. Everything's compromised, right? With friends, family, whatever. How we spend our time. You know, if we're going to have people in our lives, you know, I would say that a family and kids is going to fulfill you a lot more than no family and kids and a bunch of money and work and stuff, right? Because then how productive are you going to be at work if the relationship ends and then you're seeing your kids only on weekends or something, you know, all this other stuff is going to come of that. I think you're over pressuring yourself with it. I think if anything, honestly, just try and step back a bit and have a bit of patience with it. You know, it'll come in time with the business, with the money, with the big ambitions, you know. You can definitely do it all, right? There's plenty of people who do it all. It's just, yeah. Try and just as I say, just try. I would try and just separate them out a bit and just make more dedicated times for things. You know, just knowing you have that structure to it and it's intentional. Talk about it with your partner. You know, with your wife, and you know, try and make it so it actually works for both of you. You know. Susie will block me if I don't behave at Mark Security. Window shopping. That's what that is, Georgina. Jay said hi. Jay, great to see you again, mate. You cleaned your walls lately, mate. They seem kind of yellow. No, it's just I warm up the camera on here, mate. See, I can make it cold, but then it doesn't feel homely. See, if that's normal, and that's like cool, right? It's just low lighting in here. So now I warmed it up, mate. See, otherwise I look like a vampire. This isn't Twilight. So that's normal. There. Knock it down one on the warm for you. How's that? Is that a bit prettier? Try my best.
Also, the light is quite.
Yeah, the light. Yeah, the light's yellow. Yeah, it's yellow light as well. Seems like a successful person would have had walls that were less yellow. What is your definition of success, my friend? What does success look like to you? What do you reckon? It's not quite how it works, Georgina. The depression is there regardless, right? The what the mind does to itself. It's the pressure what gets me depressed at times is the pressure I've put on myself, much like our friend here, I'm trying to build a life for her. I'm trying to build a garage and cabins and stuff and buy land and build property. I'm going to be working my ass off I'm going to be working my ass off the rest of my life so that Susie is looked after. Susie is 24. I'm 39, right? Men die like 10, 15 years younger than women, right? So she's going to be around in this world a lot longer than me on her own. And I need to make sure she's set up and the systems are in place for that, right? That's my role as a man. Yeah, I'm cutting down on the smoking. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm gonna call up the quit line and get some nicotine patches. Yeah, it's the point it's got to. Depression is an absolute because it's like dealing with the devil and the angel on the shoulders. Yeah. So it's a battle within your own mind at times, right? Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it, Georgina. Don't feed the trolls what they want, mate. Don't worry about them. I'm not bothered by them, right? You sent me another Gary. You want to pull up the other Gary there, Jamie?
Let's see.
You said there's another Gary.
Oh yeah.
So I am here for you. Robo, good to see you, mate. Give me another Gary. This is another Gary. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at him. He's a nice opossum Gary. There you go.
Like an American.
Yeah, it's American style opossum. I'll show you New Zealand. See, like, people like American, an American opossum, if I was in America, I'd feed him or something. I'd be more friendly to him, but hang on, I'll find an NZ possum for you. These little Australian fuckers. That's what Gary the possum in the garage looks like. That's an Australian possum. Right? You vicious little buggers. See? And they're mean. They're mean damn things. See, this ain't no friendly little opossum. They're scary. They're mean. Yeah, love. Yeah, different. Yeah. Opossum is like the American one, and then it's a possum. So yeah.
They make really weird sounds at night.
Would you rather live in People America or the UK, or unless you mean PPL as in something else? I don't know. I don't do politics, mate. Do the Kiwi possum play dead like the American ones? No, they do not. Oh, we had one do it once. I had a mate who I was there when he was plucking a possum once, and he'd caught it in the trap, and he got it out, and he plucked the tail and rolled it over and whatever. So plucked its back and whatever. Went to pluck its belly, and the thing suddenly hopped up and ran bare ass into the forest. That was highly entertaining. Poor little possum. He must have had a cold night. But yeah, he looked dead. He was firm as a board. But no, that possum was very much a plain possum. So I guess they do. But yeah, I haven't seen one. I've only seen them do that once.
You got knocked out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Just Jamie Lee. G'day, mate. How are you? Good to have you here again. We're getting all the regulars coming in tonight. It's fantastic. I love it. How's everybody's weekend been? Anybody who did something cool this weekend? Who did something exciting, new, something, I don't know, or caught up with family or whatever? What's going on? Have we still got David in here? Hopefully he's, I didn't see any more replies from him. But yeah, definitely. Oh, Jeremy Lee, seen a sticker? Oh, thank you, mate. Oh, I can't love harder sticker. Oh. Well, thank you very much for that, mate. Much appreciated for the support. Got raccoons here, but no opossum in Arizona, at least where I'm at. Yeah, it's very like sheltered in New Zealand with animals. Like we don't have squirrels, we don't have raccoons, bears, mountain lions, like none of them, right? No crocodiles, alligators, nothing. It's kind of dogs, cats, possums. Then you got your farm animals like chickens. You got ducks, deer. There's wild pigs in the bush. But beyond that, not really, you know. Like, you're not allowed. You used to be allowed. Like when I was in school, there was a girl in my class. All she ever did was talk about her pet ferrets. Come to think of it, maybe she was autistic. Man, she talked about her pet ferret. I just realised probably about 3 other people in my class were pretty autistic. There was one. I remember one girl in school. She always walk up to me and she's like, "Have you seen the movie Minority Report yet?" And she asked me every day for like 2 years if I'd seen Minority Report. I did watch it eventually, about 10 years later. Yes. Sorry, what the fuck was I talking about? I don't know. I'll go back to the chat. American possum tails are like rats. Yeah. In New Zealand, like the tail of a possum alone is worth like $5. It's like $5 a fur because they make possum. You can buy it all online from New Zealand companies, right? It's all possum fur lined jackets and stuff. Apparently, it's like a really, really good fur. That's why they first. Do you hate being ginger? I'm not ginger. I think you might be colourblind. Don't become an electrician. I got clapped by Kurt pretty quick there. Kurt's had enough A's. I've given Kurt mod powers. He's like, nah, the trolls are just going to ruin everything. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, I look like a ginger. Oh no. Bro should have gone to Specsavers. You're not gay, are you? No. This is my wife. I let her inside at night. In winter, you know, I keep her inside most of the night. But yeah, then she go back outside to a wife cage. You might as well be a ginger. Really? Why is that? Ask Susie if we can share custody of you. Nah, no sharing. You see what you're gonna have to do. What you're gonna have to do, Georgina, is you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to hang out. You've hung around here enough. You've know enough about me and my traits and my qualities and how I am. And when you're out in the world, you need to find that man with the same kind of qualities as me. That's what you don't want me. You want whatever you perceive as me. You see. So there's plenty of men. There are other good men out there. Susie's landed her one. You're too fucking late. I'm sorry. I don't want to be the bad guy. You don't know? Alright. Look at his beard. It's a little beard, but it grows. Yeah, mine's coming back. We're getting it back gradually, bit by bit, hair by hair. Let me guess, Anne's already trying to get onto maple syrup within 10 minutes of being on the... Oh, it's been out a couple hours now. Oh, no, you're just wiping it down. All right, good. We did have some ants coming in here for a while, but we seem to have alleviated that problem. Renata, yeah, going all right, yeah. Going well. I've been... The last few days, I've been a bit depressed, just in the back of my mind, just struggling, just wanting to give up on everything at times, just having those moments where my brain's just like... I see how much is ahead of me, and I give myself anxiety from seeing all the tasks I've sort of created for myself. But I'm all right. Kept on trucking through the last 2-3 days, and feeling good now. What do you need, love? Oh, the torch. Sorry, she's just letting the dogs out. Got a bit of commotion. Should shave on live. Done that before. We've done that before, Georgina. I've shaved my head on here. Oh, I haven't shaved my head on here, I don't think. I've shaved the beard. I shaved up the middle of the beard. Somebody wanted me to do a Wolverine, so I was shaving the beard, so I did it. I sat on here and tilt with the middle gone like Wolverine. For about a good half hour, we had a chat. Is it because you're married? Dirty, come on, man. If you're gonna try troll, at least be good at it. You're just embarrassing yourself at this point. Or you're embarrassing yourself from the first comment. But come on, like, do better. If you're going to troll on a channel, at least do a good job of it. At least, like, make it funny. Make it quick and snappy. Why does it smell like wee in here? Yeah, you're good. If there's a problem, then time them out. You can do 5-10 minute warnings. Some trolls are okay. Others are not worth the time and ruining Mark's life. Yeah. A lot of them I just skim past courtesy. You just leave a lot of the comments in there. Usually it's just a 10-minute timeout. If they say something absolutely crazy, or it's just like they're spamming down the page, then it's hide them. But yeah, hiding them you don't generally want to do on your channel. It damages your feed a bit. Best to time them out. Just a 10-minute timeout. They usually, you know what I mean, like. Trolls typically won't. If you give them a 10-minute timeout, they're not going to sit and wait for 10 minutes to talk again. And if they do, you just slap them again. Sorry to hear that. No, it's all right, Renato. It's just part of being a human being, right? It's always sort of there underlining, but I love to talk about it just to be like, you can feel that way, and that's when it's the most important to keep going. Is when you're feeling a bit down, when you are doubting yourself. You don't have to do your best days ever like that, but keeping moving forward. Being a bit kinder to yourself, I think it, you get through it, and you just the feeling that's rising up and trying to go. It's like you just keep bringing in that evidence, and yeah, Dirty. You will just end up timed out, dude. So if you want to behave yourself, we have a positive chat here, man. My channel's all about spending your time on the right things in life, man. Focusing on what you're trying to build, what you want to achieve. So, like, what dreams do you have in life, Dirty Clean? What is it you actually want to go and do in life that, like, instead of trolling on the internet, like spending hours, probably hours a day, right? And you're like, why bother? Like, what is it you actually want? Because you do realize you can get it, right? If you actually aim at it. If you're sitting here trolling, waste of time like that, you're probably quite young, right? You've got a lot more years ahead of you to pursue stuff. So, like, what's the dream, man? What could we help you with? That's what I'd much rather do that than ban you and stuff, man. I really hate doing it, because if you're wasting your time is the most precious thing we have in life. That's what we're all running out of. That's what we're all limited by, is the human lifespan. Not money isn't the most important thing, right? It's time. That's the battle. Some tear others down just to build themselves up. Yeah, I see it, man. I see it. And that's why I'm asking, like, how can we build you up rather than you try and tear others down? You'd be a lot better to the world, You want to be a light on the world, not a blight, right? You want to give more to the world than you take from the world. That's the meaning of, like, a good life, Not exist. No. That's not it, bro. I've been there, Dirty Clean, man. I did serious. I'll make it dead serious. I've been there, bro. I felt it. I've tried to do it. It's not the path, man. The meaning of life, Dirty Clean, is to go on the journey. The only person you're in competition with is yourself. That's it. You're not in competition with, like, some guy who has a Lambo or something on Instagram at 19 and did drop shit. Like, you're not. You're you. You're on your own journey. You've got your own unique experiences, your own unique struggles and story, right? The only person you're ever up against is yourself. If any, what do you want to do with your time? Not exist. Like, what did you enjoy? What do you enjoy doing? What would be worth pursuing in life? It doesn't have to be like, I want to build $1 billion business or have Bugattis. It's like, do you want to go fishing? Do you want to, where do you want to live? Where would you like to move to? Where would you like to be? Where do you think maybe a different location would help? A different something, We can talk about all that, man, if you want to start laying it out there. Because, that's the whole point of my channel, man, is from trying to end my life was the whole, I don't even want to be on camera, man. I never wanted to do YouTube this way. I wanted to do, like, a faceless channel. But the best thing I can do on here to help people, I want to be a volunteer fireman or help at a soup kitchen or, homeless shelter or help the elderly or something. And I figured the best thing I can do is share my experience with depression, ADHD, bullied all through school, never fitting in, all these things, and finding a way to actually make my life, enjoyable and build something, You want to walk about? You could do that. Forrest Gump did that. He did quite well out of it. I made a movie about him and everything. There's no, hey, man, go be a tour guide. Go take people on hikes and tramps and stuff. I don't know. There's plenty of options, man. Go teach people nature survival out on hiking trips or something. I don't know. Go become a Boy Scout leader and lead young men and teach them skills for life, right? There's always something you can do, man. Most welcome, dude. It's I get it. That's what I mean. And then that's what I mean as well, Kurt. Right? Is quite often you can convert them over, right? That's why we try and leave them be, because sometimes you can reach out and like sometimes they'll respond to that with just bullshit, and sometimes maybe give people a little bit of hope. If an idiot like me can make it, I'm sure anybody else will be alright. I'm not really talking myself down that much, but I've always been hard on myself. I always doubted myself. I never would have thought I'd be where I'm at. If you told me 10 years ago I'd be at where I'm at in life, yeah, I wouldn't have believed it. I'm proud as fuck of me, right? Younger me would be proud as fuck of me. Dirty clean. That did cross my mind when I was telling you about survival and the teach people survival in the forest. Yeah, it did cross my mind as I was saying it. So you got some intellect, bro. Do you see how, like, with trolling like that and stuff, do you see how you've got some wit? You've got some intellect to you, right? So if you just redirect that into what you actually want to pursue in life, it's all there within you, bro. Like, I can see it through a few comments from you. I can see it. Everybody else here can see it. It's on you, bro. And if you want the help, we'll help you, man. But it's all about how you are in here, and how we talk about Heidi. Shush. You're so wise, bro. Oh, thank you, bro. I tried my best. I just talk from my own experience, man. Do what I can. There's a lot of other wise people in the chat as well with great experience as well, man. I kind of just more host here. I say my bit, but there are people in the chat. We'll have a chat. I needed this, bro. Most welcome, bro. What is there anything you need help with, Miguel, specifically? I think it's beautiful. You can do anything at any time. You can explore anything. Yeah, there's so many people focused on the freedoms we don't have and all the bad things happening in the world, and then they feel like the world is shut down to them. It's like look at what's left. Look, I know it sucks, but the world is how the world is. It's like what is left? You can get out in nature. We do have a lot of freedom still. We are under a system, but you can carve out a little. You start listening to all that crap. You start putting your time at yourself and what actually matters to you. You can carve out something reasonable for yourself. I still feel it. I've been feeling that the last 2-3 days when I've been sort of feeling depressed in the back of my mind, just wanting to give up, not wondering if it's all worth it, what I'm doing and this and that. It's just chatter in the skull, right? It's not you. It's everybody's brain does this to them. There's some worse than most, unfortunately, but that's what makes you strong, is overcoming it and building over it, right? You create evidence every day. If you're feeling crap, if you go and you keep moving anyway, it's like, well, regardless of that going on in my head, I'm still trying, still going. Good to meet you too, man. I think you'd swung in once before Dirty Clean, and I think you got timed out pretty quick last time. But good to meet you too, brother. My name's Mark Dirty Clean, from New Zealand. My mum passed away 3 months ago. I feel like society hides grief. Yeah, there's a lot of people carrying a lot of things, man. Nobody in the supermarket knows you're carrying that kind of grief, right? You're just a person going about your life. It's an interesting thing to think about, but grief's a tough one. It's always, it's evidence you cared, right? If you didn't care, there wouldn't be any grief. It's the more the grief is, the more there was love there. There was something real, and that's valuable, right? So you're very very well spoken, very respectful. I like how you chat there, Miguel. Obviously, very well. Your mother did a darn fine job of raising you there, mate. So there you go. Keep on making her proud, man. Keep on making her proud. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. When a flower dies, a tree is planted. Yeah. Don't give up on the hard days. That's it, right? On the hard days, they don't have to be your best days, but, you don't completely give up. Try and just, even if it's 10 minutes of something here, 10 minutes of something there, it makes all the difference to be like, well, as shit as I feel, I still managed to get through it. I still, still did my push-ups or whatever was going on. Could you get her some more water, please, love? Thank you. Yeah, that's what she's whining about. Oh, there was a bit there, but now she's just being a pest. She wants to go outside as well. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's just being a dick. I appreciate that, Dirty Clean. Thank you for that comment for Miguel there, mate. See? Way better than trolling, eh? Way better than trolling to, I think you'll be a good fit here, mate. Life is beautiful. Oh, thank you for the dono there, Miguel. Much appreciated, mate. Oh, I can hit a love heart too. Back on that one. There we go. All the buttons. Yeah, hit the like on that dono, guys, as well. I think you can hit the like there too, right? I think I'm working on an application that's named after. You're working on. Your mother passed away 3 months ago, and you're working on an application that's named after her. That's fantastic, mate. That's phenomenal. What's your application about? If it's not top secret, I don't want you giving away ideas to the world. But yeah, if you want to talk about it, I'd love to hear more about that. That's incredible. Have you found it's really helped you through the grief process to have a project like that to focus on? And yeah, I'd be really interested to hear more about that. You see what I mean, Dirty Clean, man? There's a lot of good people in the world, man. I mean, there's a lot of bad people and shit people and attitudes and the way things are, man. But you hang out somewhere like here, bro, and you just got good real people, man. Personalized education. Oh, beautiful, man. I love it. Did your mother have some kind of history and something like that? What was your mother's thing in life? Apart from raising a legend. What a mindset, man. What a mindset. What a refocus, It's incredible. I love it. I love it. Man. I love this YouTube stuff, man. I love the stuff we talk about. I love the conversations we go into. I just don't. I've never encountered it on this level on any other channel. So I feel privileged. I feel it's an honor to like sit here and actually get to the point that we can have these conversations. And I get people come in here and say, "You're amazing at this, bro. You're wise," and that. And it's like, man, I'm surprised I'm here too. It's very interesting, right? Very interesting. It gets me thinking. I feel like humans don't learn unless they feel connected. Some people would learn maths problems if it was soccer and others about basketball. So I'm making an application to bring engagement back. Yep, exactly. Put it in terms they can understand. Put it in their context, right? Their terminology. That's it, right? Like sometimes if I don't understand something, I've got friends who will explain to me. They're like, "Oh, you know how with cars, bro, or motorbikes and da da da." It's like, "Oh, okay." Like the math is now mathing. That's it, man. That's awesome. Yeah, your mum had a bachelor's in education. That's fantastic, man. I love it. You haven't found my channel before, have you, Miguel? Have you been here before? I don't believe so, but I'm sorry if I've forgotten. Yeah, I was just wondering if I think you said just earlier, right? You're glad to find this channel, so I thought maybe you just found me tonight, have you? What a wonderful world the internet is, mate. I like it. And you see as well, Dirty Clean. You see we have a good conversation. You see how the other trolls don't come in and stuff, right? I think there's a lot of respect like that on YouTube when there is an actual heartfelt, decent conversation going on. I think it does tend to make people think twice before they try and interrupt it or ruin that for people. There's definitely plenty of brain rot and bullshit channels to wind up instead. Your first time here? Oh, fantastic, mate. This is what my application is going to make homework fun again. That's amazing, man. I did a thing. I struggled. That reminds me. I struggled. I've never talked about that on here. I struggled a lot with math in school and focus. ADHD, autism, and all that. So I went to a thing called NumberWorks here in New Zealand, and it was like you went to a class after school, and they had all us kids there, and it was maybe 15, 20 kids in there, and we had a computer, and it was a bit like Ralph Wiggum in The Simpsons, cat. But yeah, it just was a really unique way of learning on a computer and the way it did it. And yeah, that actually scrubbed up my math real quick. It was the NumberWorks program in New Zealand. I think they did a lot in Australia and stuff as well. I'm not sure if it was like a global thing. But yeah, like that really helped me in life, man. So that's fantastic to hear that you're doing something like that. That's crazy, man. To benefit so much. I haven't thought about that in 20 years, Miguel. That really benefited me. It took learning from being a feeling like anxious in a classroom to an enjoyable experience. Yeah. It's wonderful, man. I love it. I think I think we're all gonna need Miguel's app as well. I think we'll all get in on that. I am a good person. You are, Jamie Lee. Yeah, I think we're all good people. I think we got a whole heap of really great people in here. I'm really proud of the community we've got here, guys. I truly am. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm really glad that I didn't foresee it becoming like this when I started the channel. I was like, oh, I'll put myself out there. I'll try help people. The conversations I've had, the things I've learned from you guys, the different perspectives and stuff, right? It's just been very cathartic. It's been very healing as well, and I've learned a lot about myself, and it's then allowed me to help try more things in my own life and help people more. And YouTube, like anything in life, is persisting and learning and growing and understanding, and yeah, I love it. I love it. This is winning. It is, mate. Yeah, I love these conversations, man. When we get into these topics, we have a great night. I like the joke streams. I like having a laugh and stuff. I like some of that stuff, but it's when we get into this stuff and we can actually same face, different stream. Yeah, I do lots of different stuff on here. If that's what you mean, yay. If that's what you mean, same face, different stream. Yeah, I do lots of different stuff on here. My mum used to make personalised math problems for me, and it made me more engaged, so I want people to learn stuff more the way they love to. It's awesome. It's fantastic. That is curated. Custom curated. I think that's fantastic. It's amazing how we can all get along. We can talk about different things, right? And it's like, doesn't matter what our activities are, what we're trying to achieve. It's a mindset. It's a state of mind, regardless of the context, regardless of the activity. It's a state of mind. It's a state of being in and how you're going to operate, right? We all need help. Yeah, we do, Kurt. We do at times, right? It's hard to admit for a lot of us, right? Can be hard to admit. I'm scared of men. Don't want them, but I love looking at you and hearing your accent. Never even thought about New Zealand before you. Don't be scared of men. Just be careful which ones you hang out with. Just look. Like I said, you're infatuated with me, so just try and keep your eyes out for that guy that's around your way and has the same kind of qualities. Whatever it is, I have it. It's the autism. It's the rhythm with the tism. That's how it works. That's how I got her. I rhythm with the tism. True story. Application coming soon. Let's hide some coders. Fantastic, Miguel. Yeah, keep us in the loop, man. I'd love to hear more about it. Is my wife's name Susie? Yes, it is. Yes, future wife. She's looking at me like, I'm not the wife yet. Hurry up, get it done. We're going to get there. Oh, don't give me a back massage right now. You make me purr like a Wookiee. I do need one later if you don't mind, love. Oh, my back. Oh, my lower back after those push-ups. Yeah. Oh, we'll sort that later. I'll be all right. I'll sit up. We'll get some more push-ups in tomorrow as well. That's the name of the applicant. You're kidding. Your mother's name was Susie, and that's the name of your app.
Oh.
Wow. See?
Oh.
See? Christopher Ortega, if I recall correctly, Christopher Ortega, you were in a troll the last time you came in here. Or were you? Did we give you a timeout? I said, I'm just going to check here, because I thought, I'll just have a quick look, guys, because I thought Christopher was being alright last time. Maybe I'm mistaken. Hang on. I got trimmed out so many times. He's had a timeout before. Can you talk about... Yeah. No. Just gonna... Here you go. Christopher Ortega, mate. I'm going to give you a 10-minute timeout there. If you want to hang out and listen for 10 minutes, maybe you'll change your tune and read the room and, maybe we can help you in some way. We just helped we had a bit of a troll here. I won't drop the name right now because I think they've changed their perspective a bit and actually will become a great member of the chat. So we'll leave it at that. But if you want to, if you actually want to pursue some things in life, mate, you'd let us know. We can help you chase your dreams or whatever instead of trolling channels. Hey, WTF is up. It's an interesting introduction. Hello, FSD driver. Hope you're well, mate. You take as a sign. It's fantastic, man. Well, her name was I do apologize. I don't want to get your mother's name pronunciation wrong, brother. Miguel Azucena. I tried my best, but she went by Susie. I do apologize. I wish I could pronounce that correctly. Azucena, one or the other. I tried. Man, he's driven this fella, isn't he? Aren't you, Miguel? So, anybody just joining us, Miguel's mother passed away 3 months ago, right? And he's focused in and he's building a math application to help people because his mother was an educator that developed some stuff that really helped him. So he's now making an application through his grief through those 3 months so far to build an app in his mother's memory and help other people with it, you know. What a fantastic thing, man. Yes, sir, it means white lily in English. You said it right. Oh, I appreciate it, mate. Okay, good. Why do I look like Coldplay? I don't know. I look like me. I'm Mark. I'm from New Zealand. I'm not in Coldplay. My sister used to listen to a lot of Coldplay. I remember that when I was about 11 or 12. My sister, I think, was 17, something like that. She listened to Coldplay and David Gray and that. That was her jam back then. Yeah. Oh yeah, I really appreciate you joining us, Miguel. I think everybody in the chat is better off for hearing your story and what's going on with you. And much love to you, man. Much love to you. He looks like a New Zealand James Dean. I will take New Zealand James Dean. That's also acceptable. It's good. I do, you know, if you guys saw me when my face was all round, this is just all carnivore diet, like keeping my carbohydrates low, right? That's why you can see the bone here. Whereas when I was 40 pounds up, my face was round all through here. I looked more like Paddy Pimblett 2 weeks after a fight. Paddy the Baddie. Do you enjoy this lifestyle, mate? I do. What lifestyle is that? What lifestyle are you referring to? Let's just so we're on the same page. What lifestyle do you perceive I have, FSD? It was for joining the channel. I'd love to know what you see. I just thought of like there's a joke in here somewhere. I don't know where it is, but for some reason I thought about the word hypnotism, and then all I thought of was hypnotism. Oh no. Hypnotismed. Hypnotism. I hypnotismed her, yes. I can make autism jokes because I'm autistic, can't I? I'm pretty sure I can. Pretty sure I'm safe. Isn't that the rule of comedy? You can make jokes about yourself. You can be self-deprecating. I'm a big UFC fan. It's funny. Yeah, I don't really follow UFC in that much, but I did see I have heard a bit about Paddy the Baddie, and yeah, seeing him 2 weeks after his fight, and the guy's just like, I like food, and he's just like, he's put on about 40 pound in 2 weeks, like, probably, I don't know, probably what, 20 pound plus, 30 pound, he's just inflamed to heck, just eating whatever he wants. So this is a nice giggle. She does, see? These are things to train yourself on, Georgina. Heidi, stop it. Stop whining at me. You're staring at me with your head on your table, just whining at me. No, go to sleep. You're not going out. You've just been out. Your mother's just let you out twice, I believe. A great giggle. Everyone's commenting on your giggle now.
No. Under attack.
Oh no! I tickled the ribs on Susie. Yeah, everyone's commenting on a giggle, so we go for the. Yeah. Right. We get now returning to our normal, regular scheduled program. Can we get some more likes up in here, guys? What do you reckon? Been on here hour 10, we're at 26 likes. Can we get to 30? I would appreciate it. Not the tism. Oh, yeah, mate. You got it. Just...
Lie down.
Just a reminder, this is life for the German Shepherd. When you've exercised it all day, an active day, this is what you get. This is what you sign up for. Zed, go on your bed. She's alright. Zed, your bed. Hey, you've both been out. Zed, bed. Hey, come on. As long as dogs are on beds, we're alright, I think. Woof, yes. Gabrielle's found the Heidi emoji there again. Yes, members, do not forget to use the emojis. Oh! I'm doing alright. Today. I felt a bit better. Oh, I didn't finish my coffee yet. That'll keep me going. Can we talk about why you're not the next John Wick? Man, start a petition. I will do it. I got the patchy Keanu. When my beard's a bit longer, it's patchy like Keanu. I am a big Keanu Reeves fan. He is the best man in Hollywood, right? Keanu Reeves is a very smart man with how things are in Hollywood and all that. Every time he's a picture with a fan, Keanu Reeves is known for not putting his hand on their waist or something. His hand will just be out behind them and stuff. He was smart enough to cover himself and just exists, catches the bus, whatever. He owns a motorbike company called Keanu Reeves has his own motorcycle company that he's an owner of called Arch Motorcycles. They make a beautiful machine, man. They make beautiful bikes. They're not cheap, but they're beautiful. Yeah, Arch Motorcycles is part owned by Keanu Reeves. But yes, I do agree. I would do the next John Wick film if you can make it happen. If you know somebody who knows somebody who may know somebody. Too slow. Want a high five? It's not a high five, that's a high mouth. High five? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Was Mum's arm in the way? Alright, on your bed now. Okay, I'm going to go settle her down for a minute. Alright, guys, wait on. Alright, bed. Go lie down. That's enough. That's enough. You got to stay here for a bit. I'm busy. Thank you. You're being rude. You're being very rude. As my mother would always say to me. You're being very rude. Being very rude. Don't be so rude. Stay there. You. Stop licking your bed. You. Stay. I was pointing at Susie when I said that, by the way. Heidi. Enough, puppy. Okay, grew my milkman style beard. I conquered. Oh gosh. Oh, I look like an officer. Oh, very gut, ja. Wer ist ein Papers? Show me your papers. There will be no problem. Everything is wunderbar. Dog, can you please not? We're just trying to have a nice, pleasant... No.
Last time she was broken.
Yeah, I have been thinking about that.
She's been extra
whiny. Yeah, and Zed was sniffing it. Zed was sniffing at her.
Yeah,
I know. Oh, did he do the weird teeth gritty one? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it can't have been that long since she. Well, it's about every 5-6 months. We think Heidi's on the. Yeah.
Come on.
No, yeah, come on, shortly. Go lie down, you. Hey, go lie down. There's enough whining. Go lie down. Sorry, guys.
Fine.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, she's coming on heat. So she's all whiny and wants to get out and wants to find other dogs. Hey,
Yeah.
stay in. Move it. Go on. Go lie down. Yeah, so yeah. Other dogs, you got to watch that because other dogs from a long... Ow, she's caught my back. Other male dogs from kilometres away will wander to find a girl dog in heat. So, you know, you let her out and you find out some other dogs are in there. Hey, stop eating my hand. Excuse me. I'm not edible. What is wrong? My gosh. Yeah. Crazy red time. Crazy red time, as I said in South Park. Crazy red time, eh, dog? It's alright, darling. My friend, you know what? You know what we might do this time? Because my friend has a boy Belgian Swiss Shepherd. And he has offered his dog services. Does anybody in New Zealand want a little Heidi? Well, we'll do that at some point. That was the plan. You know, that would be some entertaining content, wouldn't it? A litter of puppies to manage, having like 8 little German shepherds running around here. Yeah, I think I know. Is that what you're whining about? Do you want some babies, puppy? Oh, ready for motherhood, eh? You reckon? Free. You don't want them knotted with a random mutt. No, exactly. There's one dog in the area that's known. He's been known for about the last 5 years to knock up every girl within about a 4 kilometre radius, or 2 or 3 mile radius. Is a boy dog. It goes around doing just that, which is why she's supervised when she goes out, especially in this. That's the joys of dogs. One thing you don't want to do if you hear these dogs that have hip problems when they're older, like a German Shepherd, is the reason they get that is people fix them when they're too young. So you never want like a German Shepherd. You never want a dog known for like joint hip problems or something from a shelter where they force the dog to be neutered or spayed, whatever, right? Because the bones aren't developed in the dog properly yet. It messes up their hormones to do that. So you usually don't want to fix a dog for at least 2 years. So there was a beautiful German Shepherd at a shelter not long ago, and she was fixed. I don't mind a fixed dog, that's fine. But there was like an 8-month-old puppy, and they're like, and there was a male one as well. Oh, he'll be 5 months old and fixed. It's like that dog is going to have hip problems later in life. But they're so focused on the dog not breeding, which when you're meant to be rescuing animals and stuff, and it's sort of lining them up for a future that's. Yeah, I didn't know that either when I first got one. A lot of people don't know that, and it's like, you've got to get the parents x-rayed, you've got to get DNA tests of the bloodlines of the dog. It's because people usually get them fixed too young, or it has ended up in the genetics, but typically not. No. Stop being a hidey-ho. We're in hidey-ho season. No hidey-ho. Go to bed. Enough. Bed. Sleep. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening. But yeah, this is why she'll get the nickname on here, the moniker, because she's on heat. She's going to get the nickname Heidi Ho for the next week or 2. Oi, that's enough. I know. I don't know if it's not even that you want to go do anything yet. You've got some crampies and stuff, eh? Do you want to try let her out for a bit? Because she does need to pee more often when it happens. She might need to go again. Was she eating some grass? Do you want some food, dog? Are you hungry? Yeah, I think, she wants more. Alright, swap beds. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, if you just sort all that out. You have to get them to swap beds first. Just tell them to swap and they'll swap over.
Well, you just do it anyway.
Yeah, all the truth. Yeah, best they have one cycle before getting them spayed, not a lot of just a cycle. Yeah, like even then I've heard they have one and they do it there, but then I read a lot of stuff about people going, no, you wait at least 18 months, ideally 2 years, just so the growth plates close, because they kind of grow for that first 2 years and then the rest of them fills out in weight. Yeah, it's really, you learn a lot, right? You get into, once you start getting into things. Oh, we had 30 likes, I think. I got 29 on my end, but that usually means 30 on your end, so thank you, guys. I do appreciate it. Mine's 4 and she's going to go under the knife here soon. Yeah, I'm definitely getting to that point with Heidi. Yeah, get her fixed. It is. I don't think. The more I think about it, it's kind of a weird thing we do that with animals. Like it's, it's, I don't know. But again, I don't want her knocked up by something she shouldn't be. Got to fix at 12. Yep. Lampshade mode unlocked here soon. Oh no, the cone of shame, Kurt. The cone of shame. I do not like the cone of shame. I love that movie, man. The movie Up. We always talk about what great movies are, and I do forget Up. Up is somewhere in my top 5 or 10 movies. This has to be. Lampshade mode. Yeah. Zed only got a cone once. I'm trying to remember what Zed did. Zed. He was chasing another dog around playing, and he ran head on into my mate's Hilux ute and hit the indicator lens. Broke the indicator lens, which is about that thick of plastic. And then Zed came to me and it was all like, oh, like I'm fine. I'm like, are you alright? Like, you're alright? He's like, yeah, I'm good. And then this trail of blood just started like running down his forehead. And he'd split his head open for about that long up between right above his eye. Split his whole head open. So got him to the vet and got him all stapled up and whatever. And then, he had the cone of shame on, so he couldn't scratch for a good few weeks. Yeah, Up with an exclamation mark. Have you not seen Up? The old man with the balloons, balloons in the house and the bird and the talking dog. Animated one. Danger Zed, yes. They were cones, the wedding singer. I'm trying to remember the wedding singer. Oh man, it's been a long time, so I'm trying to remember if I actually do remember that, Kurt. I might need to rewatch the wedding singer. It's been long enough that I tend to not like. There's movies I really like. I'll just watch repeatedly, right? Like Wall-E and stuff like that. I enjoy them, right? I know everything that happens, but I can enjoy it. But then there's movies like I enjoy them. I don't hate them. I'd like to watch them again, but I can't usually watch them for like 5 or 10 years because the moment I think of the movie, I just kind of remember all the key points. So I like to try and scrub the memory out. John Cena, can't see me. You will watch it? You haven't seen it? Oh yeah, fantastic movie, Just Jamie Lee. I believe it's on Disney at the moment. If you have Disney Plus, it is on Disney Plus. Yeah, Up with an exclamation mark. It's an animated one about an old man in this. Yeah, it's a great story. It's a great story about him and his wife. It's quite a sad story as well. Quite a sad story, but it's about him and his wife and the life they built together. Anyway, I won't spoil it all, but it's all there. It's all in there. Pixar made a lot of really good movies, to be honest. The Pixar studio always put out a good movie. Those could have been guests at our wedding. They were cones. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch it now. Great scene about hiring a limo driver. Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Kurt. Heidi's been a handful tonight. Like, it's good. It's good. I do have Susie here. Like if I was trying to do the stream and let the dogs out and all that, it does definitely. I love her to bits. That woman. She takes good care of me. I tell you. Behind every man is a good woman. Behind every strong good man is a good woman. I think there's a lot of strength I gain from. There's a lot of stuff like I'm trying to I struggle with focus so much, and she's really good at handling those little bits and pieces around. As long as everything keeps going that way and the systems flow, it works really well for me to lock in. Right, I've got to lock in 2026 and all that. Having heart surgery this month. Oh, geez, mate. Oh, man. All the best for that, mate. And best wishes for that. When's that happening? How late in the month? You doing all right? That's a bit of a toughie. I'm sure it's gonna make you anxious and that. But you seem like a soldier, mate. You're good. You're a good soul. I'm sure it'll be all right. Yeah, we all hope it goes well. Yeah, for sure, of course. Man, just gets me thinking, man. We talk about suffering in life and that, and I talk about quite often we talk about this about life gets hard. Life doesn't get easier. Life gets harder as you get older, right? So it's not that life gets easier, we get stronger, right? As you get older, friends and family pass away. Our own health starts to have issues and things, right? Or some people, when they're really young, their health has a lot of issues. We forget that, right? We forget we've got our health. If you're going through life and whatever, the suffering, go visit a children's hospital. I've got relatives that have spent a lot of time in a children's hospital, and it's not pleasant. I think a lot of people forget that, like on a daily basis. It's just like, remember things like 3 billion people still don't have the internet. Think of a dream you have, or a vehicle you want, or something you want to achieve in life that's like, you really want it in life, right? Imagine you're in some village in a mud hut. You're born in a mud hut. Those, you got flies all over your face, and you can barely get a meal, and you got no internet, or whatever. Like, how much advantage do you have over those people? Not the people you see who curate an image on social media that, like, here's what success is, and you feel behind. It's like, look at where you're at, and where you've even arrived on earth to begin with. You got a phone, you got the internet, you probably got a roof over your head, you got food in your stomach, right? And that's where humans struggles, because once we have enough to make us comfortable and safe and operate, a lot of people, we cap ourselves there, because it's like, well, doing more is risky. Hello, sir. What's up? Oh, we're just hanging out, having a good chat, Ramsey. Yeah, all kinds of topics this evening. You've had had 19 surgeries. Man, Jamie, what happened? You lose the genetic lottery there or something, mate? Bloody hell! Hey, Jamie Lee's going for heart surgery this month, right? And we all wish her the best. And she says, "I'm a soldier. I've had 19 surgeries."
What? Like heart?
Yeah. Is that heart related stuff, or is it like a condition that affects a lot more of your body and stuff? Like, if you don't want to talk about it, by all means, you don't have to. But yeah. Far out, man. Bit of perspective there, eh, guys? If you think you're having a tough time at the moment, 19 surgeries and going for a heart surgery this month. Far out, man. Just Jamie Lee here in the chat, Ramsey. Yeah. You know what I mean, guys? You think your life's hard on a daily basis, you're struggling. That's an absolute soldier you are, Jamie. You feel happy. Yeah, well, so yeah, with your other surgeries, is this surgery like hopefully going to be your last one or something for a while? I hope, mate. Jeez, man. Perspective, eh? Again, this is why I love this channel and us actually talking about all this stuff, guys. Is like, I can't really find this depth on other channels, where we can. You feel happy? Yes, it should be your last one. Oh, fantastic, mate. Yeah, that's incredible, eh? It's incredible. Just gets me thinking. I'm just thinking about, some relatives and that, relatives that have a daughter that spent a lot of time in hospital as a child, still does, right? Still does. And just genetic lottery, man, luck of the draw. You're born where you're born. We were all just spawned into earth, and you gotta be grateful for, not, we get used to our own experience. It's like growing into your wage, right? In a job, is, people will go from one job and then they grow into a much higher paying job or something, and then it becomes like you grow into your wage and you start, you spend that extra money on better food, on this, or going out more, and like, your quality of life arguably increases. But is it fair to say someone had it worse today? I've gotten myself into trouble suggesting that. No, that's no, not at all. Not at all, Kurt. I think I think there's always there's millions of people every day. For the average person, you're not having a really bad day, you're not having an amazing day, you're having an average kind of day. There are millions or hundreds of millions of people having a worse day than you, right? Some people didn't wake up this morning. Some people thought they were going to wake up. There are people on earth right now at 20, 30, 40, 15 years old, whatever, any age, right, that went to bed thinking they were going to wake up today, and they're not here no more, right? Just, I knew a kid at friends with a kid in school, my first year in college, 13. We were not close friends, but I knew him. He was in my classes, sat with him, talked with him a bit. And about 3 months into the year, he dropped dead playing basketball after school. I'd sat in class with him an hour before. He went off to play basketball after school, and he had some kind of bad electrical impulse signal to his heart, and he just dropped dead at 13. Just playing basketball with his friends, Just an undiagnosed condition. That was the first thing anything came up with it. Oh, I appreciate that, Jamie, mate. You live 10 minutes from St. Jude's Hospital. Oh, that's fantastic. You're close to helping that. Yeah. But you never know, guys. You be grateful for every day you get on earth. And the more icky way I put it, on here, right? Millions of little sperm on the day you were made, millions of little spermies flew out of your dad, right? On that day. You were the fastest one. You won your first race. You're the one who gets to have the experience of life. You're the one who gets to go on the journey. All the other millions of little spermies, if you'd been any of the other ones, you wouldn't be you. They all missed out, let alone all the other, ones your dad let off over lifetime. Billions of little spermies, right? But you were the fastest one that won the race that day, and here you are. So swim on, little fishy. Shine on, you crazy diamond. We're all going on a journey. What's the difference with you and a British accent? Can I do a British accent? I can do a British accent, yeah. A British accent, yeah, comes down from more down here. It's in here, you can hear it's in the air, right? So you do it from down in the bottom there, yeah. Tea and crumpets, yeah. The Australian, you kind of, your mouth, you can hear the Australian accent like this, mate. If you speedy crocodile, kangaroo. The New Zealand accent is more kind of under here, I suppose. It's a more monotone, flat kind of, right? Whereas if you do like an American accent, it's more like I'm from Texas, right? You start to speak, you're speaking from the back of you, you're trying to talk from the bottom jaw. Y'all. Starting to think I'm like the man with the rubber face at this point. Got like a face made of rubber though. I see here now, boy. It translated what you said there, Carlos. Hang on, I'll turn off the chat translation because all it does is take English and turns it into something else. Hey, Celtic, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. But yeah, it was a completely fair statement there. Yeah, Kurt. Somebody had it worse. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it gets you in trouble for saying that statement. It's a great framing for people. I can understand some people would be like perceive it as lacking empathy, perhaps, or something. But it is. It's a statement to right size your problems. Right. It's like saying when people are freaking out, It's like, hey man, do you know if you zoom out far enough, you can't see the Earth. Right sizing your problems is pretty self-explanatory, right? That's a good statement to just kind of sit with for a moment. Right size your problems. Are you reacting appropriately for this thing this problem's occurred? Somebody cut you off in traffic, whatever. Something's going on in life, right? Is it that big a problem? Does it need the reaction you're giving it? Because we will respond to something that upsets us in the way we feel is an appropriate response, right? What we're used to. What do I think about Argentina? Oh, well, I've heard of it. I don't know too much about Argentina, to be honest, but you seem all right. So there you go. Good report so far on Argentina. Argentina, you guys, you're into your soccer a lot in that, aren't you? Well, I think I know that much. But if you zoom in, it's forever. Yes. You get called self-righteous. It's all right, Kurt. Don't cast pearls at swine. Don't waste your words. If people don't want to receive them, if they're going to take it the wrong way and you're being self-righteous in that and your intention is just to help, just walk away, man. Don't walk away feeling like you did something wrong or like you have to defend your position. Like you can be like, oh, like I don't mean like that. And if they want to keep being like that, there's a lot of people like that. I just don't engage it, man. Don't waste your breath, Kurt. Unfortunately, like you can make an attempt, but if it's not, most people are not ready to receive it. They don't want to hear it. They want to be coddled. They want to be comforted. They don't want to. They don't want to actually solve the problem. They want to stare at the problem. They want to be talked to like their feelings are valid. They don't actually want to fix it. They want to complain about it, right? And there's a very big difference between the complaint stage and like, okay, I actually want help. I'm ready to receive. But what they're doing is they're trying to put it out and they want to receive back, what they expect to receive. Like it's going to be this way. If you give them something different, you're self-righteous, you're this, you're that, suddenly the lens turns on you, right? When you've just come to help, right? So protect your peace with that one, Kurt. Don't let it, don't let it live rent-free in your head would be my suggestion. The energy exchange, yeah. You just end up draining your cup, mate. Unnecessarily, there's people out there you can advise who will listen, who will help. So try find those people. You get that on Amazon. I've never bought anything from there. Get what on Amazon? What were we talking about? Kurt, congratulations on your mod, by the way. Yes, Kurt has become the latest mod of the channel. He's got the big blue badge of honor there. Is that a song? That's a song, isn't it, your Res? That's Oliver Tree. Oliver Tree, isn't it? It must be. Yes, Oliver Tree, yeah. It's interesting, I'd listened to some of Oliver Tree's music and stuff, and I'd seen a bit of him like doing skateboarding and that, and like taking the piss with R. Willie and stuff. I'd seen that. But it was only after he passed away I saw the messages about like his view on life and being yourself and all of that, the self-improvement, the pursuing things, right? I didn't know he did any of that. I really didn't. Is it the Chainsmokers? Oh, okay. Oh, I just saw that. Yeah, please don't let me down. I feel like I'm losing my life now. It's very similar to Oliver Tree, but yes, Chainsmokers was a. Oh man, I'm trying to remember the other songs by them. I've heard some of the stuff. Heard some of it. It's awesome, dude. What's awesome, dude? What were we talking about? What was awesome? There's so much awesome. I can't keep up. I've really enjoyed. I tell you what, especially like I always enjoy the chats, but the last couple of days on here, the last couple of evening chats, especially this one, it's great to actually just have such a real conversation here on a platform where there is so much slop, so much negativity, so much fakeness and that, right? To actually sit and be able to just wind down on the weekend and hang out and. Gabby, Kurt, myself are your top mods I watch every day. Gabby and Kurt are always here. Yeah, they are, yeah. I really appreciate it, guys. Yep. Celtic's always here too. He hides and he's like, Celtic's my Batman. He's hiding in the shadows. He's Batman. Batman Celtic. That's what Celtic does. It's a great place to be. Welcome. Thanks all. I just oh no, man. I just love doing this. I love what we do here. I love the support. I love how it helps you guys. It helps me. Everybody benefits, right? We all learn something. It's cathartic to discuss it. And like you guys help me a lot. Like by me talking about things I've been through and the lessons I've learned and stuff, and we work through it. And then we have these back and forths, and it does become, gets me thinking a lot. It gets me thinking, but in a more positive way, and just okay, I'm understanding better. But it's at the same time, it's lowered my overthinking. It's given me a lot more clarity. I hope it's offered you guys the same. That it's given you some coping strategies. It's given you some control. Hey, Joseph Solar, great to see you, man. How are you? Helped me a couple of days ago when I was talking about my dog. Oh, I appreciate that, Jamie. Appreciate that, mate. Well, yeah, you got to get your surgery done, mate. I reckon, once you're recovered from your surgery and that, mate, if things are going well, I reckon get yourself a new dog, mate. I think you'd really enjoy that. I think you'd enjoy the time with that. Give another animal an amazing life, mate. Your last dog, yeah, lived till 17. So yeah, there you go. Out of curiosity, Jamie, you had a dog live to 17. You did say what the diet was. Do you want to? Could you mention that again? Yeah, because not many dogs last till 17. These days. So yeah, I was just yeah. What was the diet? I think I asked you the other day. But my Uncle Carter's left big toe with a lawnmower. Oh, I don't. I don't understand like how people injure themselves with lawnmowers. Like I understand if it tips over down a hill or something, but the amount of people that like reach under lawnmowers or something or run things over and stuff is. Be careful with these things. Ugh. If you're ever gonna flip, look, I'll just cover this real quickly. If you're ever gonna flip over a lawnmower and work on it, if you're ever gonna work on a weed eater, something right with a petrol engine, right? Just pull the spark plug lead off it. Set it off to the side. So if you spin the blade on the bottom or something, you can't accidentally start it. If it ain't got no spark, it ain't gonna run. That's all you have to do with anything, right? Undo the spark plug lead on a lawnmower or something, or a chainsaw or whatever. Then you're at no risk of it firing up. It's pull it off, just pop it back on. But people go flip over lawnmowers. I've seen people, oh, don't worry about it, and go to change a blade, and they're using impact guns and stuff, changing blades, and it's like, man, that thing, a little bit of fuel left in the bowl, and you spin that bottom, it'll fire up. A rat terrier. My sister had a little. I don't know what the exact breed is, but it was known as a Sydney Silky. They call them. I guess that's the breed. But yeah, a little little thing. Very. I love that. I love that. Love that little dog. Yeah, my sister lost her one not long ago, a couple of months ago. I think she was like 18 or not. Yeah, 18 or 19. That dog. Little yeah, like a very grey very small thing. But yeah, I played with that dog a lot. Always run around. That was obviously yeah, they had that dog before I had my dog. So yeah, her name was Daisy Duke because he was a my sister's husband's a big fan of Dukes of Hazzard. So yeah, they named the dog Daisy for Daisy Duke. Almost lost his toe. Oh mate, can lift to 21. Wow. Mark, I've been going through your videos because I know you have a video of Gary. I'll try to snap a screenshot for you. Oh, I appreciate that, Celtic man. Yeah, I know it's obviously it's in one of the garage lives there. I think it might be before I start doing like the back to the garage thumbnail, Celtic. But yeah, somewhere in there. I'm trying to remember what were we doing in the garage when we saw Gary running along the shelves and stuff at the back. Oh, I'll have to try think on it, Celtic. But at some point we'll find Gary the possum. Or he was running around on the platform in the garage today, but again I couldn't catch him on film. Oh my gosh! I do apologise. What time did we get up this morning? What time is your alarm? Because that's when I woke up.
5:20.
5:20 this morning. Yeah, you started a bit later today. She started an hour later today. So yeah, we got up at 5:20. Yeah, half an hour later. Budweiser didn't make him too wise, I guess. Yeah, I don't think that's why wise is in the name. It seems like deceptive marketing if you take it that way, perhaps. Smartest dog you ever owned? Yeah, it was it was definitely it wasn't usually I've had friends growing up that had like little like Bichons and stuff like that. A Bichon, Bichon. And the thing was just like the thing just was brainless, right? But yeah, my sister had this little Sydney Silky thing, and it seemed to actually have some intellect to it. It wasn't totally brainless. Seemed quite smart. Dad, listened to commands and could, roll over and I don't know. Came over when you called it. Seemed to listen and have a brain. It's not good to drink when you have a good cut. Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that, Rez. Help the pain. Right, yes. So how did nobody? I've had the poll up. Nobody's really said like what's happened this weekend. What have we missed in your? What's the best? Okay, what is right? I'm just gonna do this a different way. We're just gonna put it as a poll so everybody answers. Actually, we're gonna broaden the question from weekend. We're gonna. There we go. We'll pop that up. See. There we go. Nice, Kurt. I'm from Canada. Canada, eh? Almost made it. Good Super Troopers line. We're just going. What was it? We're just going to Canada, sir, for some waffles and ice cream. Canada, eh? Almost made it. Candy bars. We can't pull over any further. He's already pulled over. We can't pull over any further. I loved the first Super Troopers movie. It was a good movie, that. It was a good movie. Christopher Ortega, 2 timeouts, and bye-bye. Why do I give these people chances? Oh no, that's right. We converted one over early. We do convert the old troll. I try and give them a chance. I say, hang out and just chill out, man. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe we can help you. Have you noticed that, guys, that whenever we convert a troll over, it's always like, well, why are you spending your time doing this? And like, oh, like literally, I've had multiple people in here, like straight up say, you confront them about, and they're like, oh, well, drag everyone else down, I guess. So it's like, so you know what it is, you know what's going on in there, and instead we get them to then pursue their dreams, pursue what they think they can never have because they think, they've given up on. Essentially, it's giving up in the world, right? It's why bother? Who cares what I do? I might as well just waste my time and troll and whatever because, But you give them some hope. You have a little conversation, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, Christopher Ortega, you've got a permanent ban there. I do wish you all the best, my friend. I hope you find your way. And make better use of your time, man. Just remember, you only got one life on Earth. You got 30,000 days on Earth. That's the human lifespan. You take out work, school, sleeping, buying groceries, all these other things. How much time is actually left for you to live your life? It's not much, right? So just try to be a bit more mindful of your time in the future, man. I wouldn't waste it just trolling people on the internet. If you're going to troll people and stuff and waste your time, go pick on the brain rot channels. Don't ruin it for all the people trying to have a nice, decent conversation, right? So if you find another channel similar to mine where it's people just trying to do something a bit better in the world, right? Not make brain rot, maybe just pass that one up and, it's little steps, right? Take 2 seconds to look for Gary the Possum videos and we already have trolls. Yeah, that's how it goes. Great weekend now. This chat has made my weekend. Oh, thanks, mate. Oh, you're going to make me cry. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. I try and just make the world a better place. Am I your Uber driver? You would not want to get in a car with me, mate. You my Uber driver? Yeah, mate, you can hop on the back of a ZX14 if you like. I'll get you there quick. Yeah, you like how immediately I go, mate, you don't want to get in a car with me, and you immediately hear Susie laugh, like, yeah. So Susie says I'm fast in a car, apparently. Freaked her out at first, right? We come up to like a corner, and it's just like, and she's like, I'm like, huh? She's like, how'd the car get around the corner? I'm like, driving. Yeah, so first few days we knew each other, I'm just wandering along. I'm like, oh, you're all right with this pace? And she's like, oh, yeah, like, okay. And I'm just flowing along down the road. I don't know. I don't tend to, I never push cars to their limit or anything. I'm not like, trying to get it there. It's just I just know where it is and know what's safe and what isn't. I love that about cars. I love it about motorbikes especially, right? That's made me a good car driver is motorbikes, because a motorbike, you break traction on a motorbike, you're probably crashing it. For the most part. On the street, if you start sliding a rear tyre or front tyre for a few feet, you're probably coming off it. Can't believe it's August already. This year's flown by. Every year seems to get quicker. Rick, it all comes down to how many different activities you're having, man. How much variety you have in your life. That's what makes time blur and fly by, right? So, like when we're kids and at school, yes, we're doing the same thing of going to school every day, coming home. It seems like it's that same kind of thing. It's monotonous, like work, but everything is new in the world. Everything is new socially. All the experience, all the friends and stuff are new when we're younger, right? So it feels longer. But as we're adults and we work and then we're on our phone or whatever and we this and we that and we lose our hobbies we had when we were younger, we lose the different experiences and stuff, right? And without that sort of like repertoire of experiences happening, that or that resume, I don't know, something, you know what I mean? Without that variance, it's just everything just blurs together as the same. So yeah, try and mix it up. Go to the beach one week if you can, or whatever. Go to a theme park, go skydiving. Like, you know what I mean. Go for a hike, whatever. Go hang out with different people, different situations. It's all, some of it's video gaming, some of it's movies, right? And this is what like packs things into life. Like the last couple this year for me honestly has gone by really slowly, like pursuing YouTube and all I'm learning and all I'm just doing so much different stuff every day, learning about channels, doing all kinds of different content, supporting mates channels and stuff, and like, all I'm doing with the cabin and this and that. There's so much variety that, like, as much as I feel like days are passing by and I'm not doing enough, it's actually chugging by, like, yeah, slow for once rather than a blur. Whereas when I was video gaming a lot and just like staying inside a lot and that, yeah, life just been 10 years went like that. It's just work, sleep, trying to pay this mortgage. Mate, you gotta make time for life though as well though, Rick. So where can you make some cuts? If that means you don't have time to watch my channel anymore because you're out at the beach or something, mate, I'd rather you do that. You know what I mean? I would say as well, Rick. Like I don't know your income situation or anything, right? I don't know if you're working for yourself or what, but you can be a lot more productive, like if you're rested and you've actually taken some recovery time. Like if I'm burning myself out too much, I can spend 10 hours in the garage and achieve the same as if I'm just flowing along and I'm in a good state and smash it out kind of thing. I can get it done in 2 hours instead of 10 hours, right? So maybe see if you can change. Maybe working for somebody else. Maybe you need to change job to something that's going to alleviate something. I mean, it could take time. It could take you a year or 2 or 3 to create a better situation. But do try carve out some time for yourself where you can, man. Even if it's 10, 15 minutes, where you can just shut down and you know try and add some variation in there, or even just getting out a walk now and again or something, right? Try and you gotta give yourself, you don't want to be feeling like that. But I get you, man. You got a mortgage to pay and that, and it's work, sleep, work, sleep. It's a real tough way to do it, man. But hey, at the same time you pay, you're being responsible, right? You're manning up, you're making sure you cover the mortgage, you're making sure you're taking care of your responsibilities and duties. You haven't given up. But I would say just try and make sure you give yourself just little rewards here or there, man. Little different experiences and stuff, You know, there's a lot of activities you can do essentially for free and that, right? But it's just on the way home from work, take a detour out to a park or something. Like for me, like where I got lost in the work when I worked in the city, and one thing that brought me back for a while was after work I'd have my BMX in my car and I'd go to a skate park, and I'd go to like 3 different skate parks in the week after work. If the weather was good, I'll go to a skate park and I'll just jam for 20 minutes, half an hour. I'd stop off on the way home, I'd get some takeaway and just come home and chill out. And that alone really just gave me like let me, everything didn't feel so damn dreary and monotonous. Monotonous, is that the right word? I think it is. Just a nugget in the sauce. Oh, mate. I always try my best. Thank you, sir. What else? Been very successful financially this year. That's fantastic. Love to hear it, mate. Love to hear it. What do you think drove that? What do you think drove that, Dale? What do you think changed? One moment, folks. What did I miss anything else here? But yeah. Best part of my week was watching you do push-ups. Hope I don't get banned, Susie darling. Georgina. I mean, you can't blame her, can you, Susie? She gets it. She can't get mad at you, really. I walked in. I had my shower. I had my shower just before I got off stream. I went and I had my pancakes. I went and had a shower, and look, I've all freshened myself up. I'm a bit, you guys saw in the last stream I was getting a bit like, oh, I need to go have a break, guys, right? But I come back in here. I walk in the door, and she immediately looks at me and goes, "Oh yeah, look at the arms and the push-ups. Look at the here we go. We're doing good." But they'll build up a lot more over the next couple of weeks. Are good, a bit pudgy, but yeah, we're building up the push-ups again every day to do the challenge in September. If anybody hasn't heard about that, 739 push-ups every day in September is what's coming up, which is the most I've ever done. I feel like I really look like Fonzie right now. Hey, sit on it. Hey. I'm channeling the Fonz. I'm a big fan of Henry Winkler. He's also the coach in The Waterboy. We talked about this a couple of days ago, and then we watched the movie The Waterboy. I hadn't seen it in a little while. I was literally about to tell you to invest your money. It looks like you already have it taken care of. Okay, yeah. Nice. What is it, Celtic? It's something like is it the S&P 500, right? It's historically it's just never gone down. The only thing I hear when I think it's like the S&P 500, something like that, right? I think you talked about it. The only thing I have that makes me hesitant with something like that, with investing or anything like that. Again, we're not doing financial advice. I'm just asking the quick question. Don't blooming take any of that kind of advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's historically it's always gone up and put money in the stock, and that's great and all under the old rules, but that also was the same for housing before 2008. It was housing goes up, it's a sure thing, it's a this, it's a that, it's a wheezy, it's a woozy, it's right. Yeah, and I just wonder if the arse falls out of the stock market and whatever, and all these ones that are safe bets like the housing market was, if the same thing happens there next time. That's where I step back and I'm like, Yes, he is. Yes, Dale. Yep. Celtics out Las Vegas. If you ever out Las Vegas ways, he'll gladly hang out with you. He's a very, very welcoming, very accommodating man who's happy to help anybody with that kind of thing. Like in the Wolf of Wall Street in the boat. I'd help anybody with that. A friend and that's what I was doing there. What's behind you? It's a Labradoodle. It's a Labradoodle. A Labradoodle. I wouldn't have said that. You can make that name stick now. Labradoodle. Long term, but okay. Anyway, yeah. Well, I won't go too far into all that. I don't know if I can even talk about any of that on YouTube. Anyway, there are no financial advisors here. I'm not a therapist, whatever. We're just hanging out. Right, we're good. Yep, we're doing every day at the moment. I'm doing about 200 push-ups a month. I'll be doing the next push-up stream in about, let's say, 13 hours. I'll be doing the next push-up stream. So if you want to hang out then, 13 hours after now. We're building up the push-ups for September. So I'm going to spend all of August building my numbers up again. Been a bit lazy on the push-ups lately, so I got to make sure I'm back to it. Yeah, you're shorting. Okay, yeah, I follow you. Yeah, I know enough. I do know enough about that. Celtic, yes. I've seen the big short in that and looked into it a bit and that, yeah. I got the gist of it. I used to do a bit of it on a fake app version, Celtics, trying to see if I could get into it and just doing little things and that. I never played the real game yet, so yeah, maybe someday. But as I say, I need to get life a bit different first. Oh no, we're not, guys. Again, I will say we're not gonna. We gotta. We'll have to halt this in the chat as well. We can't have a full financial markets discussion in the chat. I don't think everybody else will want to. We'll try keep it on other topics. But I'd suggest, yeah, you guys need to get talking somewhere. Oh, Jesus, here we go. Yeah, how exciting. Yeah, I don't know. We're going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, they're speaking another language. Yeah. I appreciate obviously I got nothing against it, but yeah, it's just, yeah. I feel like we're going to go down a rabbit hole and people are kind of come in and be like, huh? I'm just a bewildered host. Like, I don't know. But yeah, there we go. I'm sure you and Celtic will get to talking about it all. Please join, Mark. What am I joining? What am I joining now? I don't. What am I meant to be joining? You're in Tennessee. Tennessee. I love the spelling of Tennessee. I like how it looks as a word. 2 N's, 2 S's, 2 E's. 2 R's and strawberry. That was messed up, man. The acronyms are like a different language. I respect it. Yeah, they're speaking Klingon. Yeah, all right. Yeah. We'll work on it someday, Celtic. I'd need to have money first, mate. See, it's really hard to invest money, Celtic, when you don't have any. That's my current one. Once I've cleared out the garage, cleared up, right, and moved, got in a better position in life. Yeah, I definitely will be seeking your advice on that, my friend. Most definitely, bro. I do appreciate the offer. You're a little far back on the chat. No, all good, man. Yeah, we'll just change topic a bit. That's all. So now I'm down to it says I've only got one viewer. That's what's telling me. It's me. It's me. I'm down to one viewer. It's me. Yeah. What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? Do the SpongeBob peck. What have you done? Typical. Wolf of Wall Street. Is it right? So, I don't do any religion here, bro. I don't do any religion. Georgina, behave. We're so tolerant of it, Georgina. Like, settle down. Does anybody want to donate Georgina some batteries or something? Like, I feel like you're a bit frustrated there, Georgina. I feel like you got some things to get out of your system, mate. There's maybe you get along with Beantown in the chat. Get it? Bean. Got it? Okay, same page. Good. What did I do now? You know what you did. Everybody loves Susie. Yeah, like, all I thought of was Everybody Loves Raymond. I love that show growing up. I haven't thought about that show in like 20 years now. Yeah, Everybody Loves Raymond is big gruff brother, the cop, and that, talked in that real deep tone and that. And the mother and the father and Everybody Loves Raymond. It was a good show, that, from what I remember. Ray Romano, he did stand-up comedy as well for years. Like, before he had the TV show, like, that seems to be like a path in America back in the day, right? Like with Roseanne and all that. It was like they did stand-up comedy and moved into TV. Well, Jamie's now joined a movement. You forgot the hashtag. Right, as we talk about TV stars, I was about to mention Ellen. Glad I didn't. Yes, I love comedy. Yeah, my favourite comic of all time was the late, great George Carlin. And Yeah, Bill Burr. Bill Burr is probably a close second there as the sort of the new era of Carlin. Yeah. Yeah, George Carlin was my favourite comic of all time. Chris Ox, everybody hates Chris. Yeah, yep, that was on TV here as well. See, this is what I mean, Celtic. There was so much. This is where the American influences in New Zealand, like when people say like it's quite, quite Americanized and know a bit about this stuff. It's like, yeah, there weren't many New Zealand TV shows that were like soap opera dramas about like hospitals, like Shortland Street and stuff. You're not in Guatemala now, Dr. Roputter. It's a very well known line in New Zealand, but the rest of the world be like, huh? Norm Macdonald. Yeah. Oh, I saw a good clip with Norm Macdonald. He was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and Norm Macdonald was what's his name? Is it Regis Philbin? Regis Philbin, I think, was the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire America, whatever, right? And they were about to go 50-50, and he's like, now, if I say this and this, and I think it's between these two options, if I go 50-50, those won't be the two options left, will they? That's what Norm Macdonald says. Like, those won't be the two options left, will they? There's not like some guy back there like waiting. No. These are locked in weeks in advance. Then they take away the two answers, and it is the two answers he suggested. He's like, it's a good clip, that. LG LU 95. Hello, said hi. Hello. How's it going, Travis? Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, we're flowing along. I thought it sort of finally faced some random parts bins in the garage that have just been stacked up for years and started to sort through them. So yeah, that's been something I've avoided for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to have organised car parts, but then you end up with these bins and bins of stuff. A lot of them are from my old storage and that. Like when I packed up out there, it was just throw it all in a bin. We'll sort it later. 3 years later, you build the garage, things are all in the way. It's like, no, like, I think I'm going to be a lot happier with the garage after this whole rework, of everything I've been doing. It's taken, 6-7 weeks now of bits and pieces at it, but the best part of the week has been I get to sleep peacefully knowing that I have hours to sleep and also watching some YouTube. Just some wind down, eh? You like just winding down at the end of the week. That's good, mate. As long as you're enjoying it. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a good show. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Anybody else stay home from school and watch The Price is Right? No, well, we didn't. I don't think we had that. We may have had that here, but I don't recall it myself. What was yours? What was the best part of my week? I think what the best part of my week was this week. So much has happened this week. I'm trying to remember all of it. What have I been doing this week?
We got the retaining wall like a week ago.
We got the retaining wall, yeah, and then we've just been flowing along here. And
yeah.
I don't know, there's been a few things. Like I hit 2,000 subs, that was this week. We hit 2,000 subs. So that was a good thing there. Made some good progress in the garage at things. It's all kind of building the life I want with that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just throughout the week. I think there's a lot of moments. I'm just trying to think what the best part of it would be. I'm gonna have to be mushy. I'm gonna have to say, just sitting here a couple of days ago with Susie and just winding down and just having some dinner and watching a movie and actually taking some time just to hang out and de-stress and just chill. I think I find that really really enjoyable. Obviously, yeah. It's good to just stop sometimes. Put the phones down there, or maybe a bit of background music or a movie or something. Just wind down a bit. Rather than rather than only laying down here and go, oh yeah, we're going to sleep, tired, it's like actually taking the time, make sure we actually sit and watch a movie and have a cuddle.
Being in the bench seat in the diner.
Oh yeah, she was all about being on the bench. So that's Susie's highlight. Oh, so yeah, that's right. That's a good point. So yeah, this week, I mean, that was last Sunday, but yeah, when we picked up that retaining wall, Susie was sitting on the far side of the diner, right in the passenger seat. And I'm like, well, you can sit in the middle seat right next to me. So the whole way back from Auckland, Susie was here under my arm. I had my arm over her shoulder, and she was just in the middle with the lap belt on, just sitting there snuggled up to me with her head on my shoulder. And I'm just driving back up with all these retaining wall blocks on the back. Mrs. under my arm in the middle seat, mate. Yeah, it was nice. It was very nice, darling. The Price is Wrong. I remember the episode of How I Met Your Mother where Barney thought that Regis Philbin was his dad. That's probably why I remember his name's Regis Philbin. The How I Met Your Mother episode. No, that's not. The Price is Right. No, Regis Philbin was the other thing I was talking about. The Price is Right is no, I got it. Wait, because he was in Happy Gilmore as well. Bob Barker. Was it Bob Barker? Bearing in mind I'm in New Zealand and I've never actually seen The Price is Right. Actually, I might have seen a little bit of it. I may have seen a bit of it. That was the one where they were like, oh, it's a brand new car. It's a guess the price of this toaster. Yeah, I think I might have seen somewhere when I was young. It was Bob Barker, wasn't it? You found her in the mountains gardening. I did, Georgina. Yes. That's where I found myself a good woman that wasn't brain rotted. She'd never had Instagram or anything. She was hiding away at her parents' place gardening. And then she got a job in the next town over in a place I came into there sometimes. And I didn't go in there very often, but then I went in there. Then I started going in there a lot. And I was like, And she was like, yeah. So when Susie first met me, I came in covered in like car grease, oil, just like looking like a sack of shit, right? Mechanic overalls. I look like a sack of shit, mate. I was coming in the middle of my work day, right? Popping in for something I needed, right? I'm in mechanic overalls, I'm covered in grease. I'm driving a dirty, bloody, filthy Hilux, dirt all over the side of it, and paint peeling off it, whatever. And you hear it? You hear the. That's what got her going. And we're hanging out first time, so I'm like working in the garage, and she's hanging out with me the first few days we're hanging out. She just come up to me, I'm like, dude, like I'm covered in grease and stuff, and like I reek of like. So she's like, oh, I like the smell. I'm like, there's something wrong with you. So there you go. Bob Barker was a boxer. Yeah, he was. Yeah. That's why. Oh, that's why he got the gig. Interesting. Yeah, I knew he'd done boxing. The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler, another movie I remember. I love all the different topics we go through. Spending time with loved ones, that's very nice. Yeah, LG. Yeah, I think it's the most important thing, right? Over material things or anything like that. It's So I assume Mr. Dennis is on, right? That must be no. There's no. Oh, he is. There we go. From since 8:01. All right. Hi, Nicholas. How are you, mate? Nicholas G. Rollo. How are you, my friend? All right. I won't do too much longer, guys. We're done in 2 hours, 15 minutes. What time? What time was it again? 8:30. All right. I'll go to like 9 o'clock, eh? We'll do another 20 minutes or so. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want some steak or something?
Oh, I'm pretty full up on pancakes and the other. We got those little bit of chicken in that still, don't we? Did you dispose of it?
No,
Oh no, I'll nibble away that. We can. Yeah, well, up to you. If you want some steak, go nuts. Oh, I'll have some of it, but I'm not phased either way. Come on.
Push-ups and
Yeah, well, you get a day off tomorrow, so in the morning we can fry it. We can fry it. I'll gladly have some steak then. Get that in me. You're not wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually increase the protein a bit. Make sure I get enough steak in. Get the big muscles going for all these push-ups I'm doing. Susie loved the fact a real man came into her life. Yeah, we talked about that at one point, Celtic, and I was just like, because I was like, I'm pretty bloody old and decrepit, She's like, yeah, but all the guys around my age are bloody, they're just often broccoli cuts, and then, not interested. Yeah, she didn't want a boy, and just, Squidward, hello. Hello, Mr. Tentacles. I hope you're well. Oh, I am caught up on the chat. This was good. I've actually caught up on the chat for once. Very fantastic. Trying to find dad jokes to tell the grandkids when I call them next. Oh, Nick, Sharon, what my dad used to do is we'd be driving past, if you drive past a cemetery, it was, oh, look, it's the dead centre of town. Oh, look, people are dying to get in there. And just dumb stuff like that. I'm trying to think of other dad jokes. My dad would whenever he'd be getting some vegetables out of the freezer, right? He'd spill some peas. Oh no, I've peed on the floor. That's terrible stuff like that. I need to ask him if he actually ever intentionally did that, because the amount of times he spilled peas on the floor, so he could say I've peed on the floor. I need to ask him how many times it was actually intentional, or if he was just clumsy. I have to check in on that. I'll report back. I'll give him a call. Tell Susie to put chocolate chips in the pancakes next time. So bomb could do, yes. It's just it's just like a shaker bottle Celtic. It's got all the pancake mix in it. You just add water to it. Sometimes a bit of milk. Yeah. So just Edmonds like it. So you just add water and shake it and pour it. They're lazy pancakes, right? Without all the batter and all the dishes that get created. Like that's a lot of what I've tried to do that for many years. Is like try and not make many dishes doing stuff. Try keep it minimal, because I used to live in flats where I lived with chefs and stuff, right? And like, oh yeah, we're cooking dinner tonight, guys. Okay, and like the whole kitchen, help out with it all. But like, man, the amount of dishes we'd make doing that stuff. So it's nice, live in a caravan. It's like electric frying pan, blender, kettle, right? Fridge. That's about it, right? We got a chopping board, we got some knives and forks, and you can do a lot with a little electric fry pan, but how do you make a witch scratch? How do you make a witch scratch? I don't know. Take away the W. Oh my god. Get out. It's terrible. Being a vegan is a huge mistake. That's a good dad joke. Fine. I'll surrender to the void. Fine. You deserve it, chat. Sunday night. Just I like to please the chat. We've had a great conversation. There you go for it. Let loose. Oh, you know how this goes, guys. We start telling the jokes and start unloading the jokes for the evening. Good wind down. So go on, lay it on me. What do you call two witches that live together? Broom mates. G'day, Jamie. How are you, man? We've been having quite a serious chat and some interesting stuff and all sorts going on. But yeah, we'll do the last 15, 20 minutes. We'll just tell some jokes and we'll shoot the shit and hang out. Almost 40 likes. I'm famous. A bit slower tonight though, Georgina. I don't know. I did make some changes to the YouTube, to the category and stuff. So the numbers might be down for a few days here. But I've been doing a lot of research for a few days. And yes, got misled by AI a little bit and had to bad Dobby my AI. Yeah, because my AI has been a bad Dobby lately, and that's what I say to it with AI. I'm like, you misled me on this. You're a bad Dobby, and it literally replies, "I'm very sorry. I am a bad Dobby master," and things like that. I'm like, yes, you are. You're bad AI. But I think I've sorted it out now. So yeah. Hopefully we get the right people more and more in here. I've had some evidence of that tonight already from some people who came in here, so some new people. So that's good. I think it's all going to work out. You're doing good, Jamie. That's fantastic. Worked in a mechanic shop. Yeah. We'll try keep him a bit tame. Yeah. Afraid to say I got you. Oh, dear. Birds of a feather flock together, don't they? Birds of a feather flock together. Gonna have some more milk. You know, I need lots of milk in me for my. This is A2 protein, A2 casein milk. It's a different kind of cow to your normal A1 cow. If you want to look into the difference there, go look that up. It's why you drink A2 milk. It's sort of my go-to if I can get it. Oh yeah, so it's not my arm sore from the push-ups at the moment. It's my my sort of mid back, the bottom of my lats are, bottom of my shoulders are definitely feeling it. My man's a mechanic. He can't help but wear nice shirts and just hang under someone's bonnet. Yep, Sharon, the amount of clothes I've wrecked in my lifetime, even though I've got the overalls on hand and stuff, and I mean to put them on, whatever, I just get distracted and just jump into it. Yep. One thing that can help, Sharon, is literally just have some overalls along with in the car with you, and yep. What did the horse say after it tripped? Help! I've fallen and I can't giddy up. Oh God! You get it. I'm getting what I asked for by saying dad jokes, aren't I? Quiet. G'day, mate. How are you? Good to see you, Spider-Man. But he does. Oh, you have to blooming. You'll have to keep tabs on. She has to keep tabs on me round blooming cars and that. But I love. Yeah. When I listen. Oh, it'll be fine. Yeah, but I stopped. This is why I wear black t-shirts and stuff, right? Me and white t-shirts stopped working a long time ago. You know, I used to have a couple of white t-shirts that literally, when I was going out, not doing mechanic stuff, and that was my like going out fancy clothes, and all over got from anyone that knew me was, look at you scrubbed up and white, yeah. Like and subscribe and save the world. It's a good plan, Georgina. You're just trying to do that, Georgina. You're just hoping it pays off for you that I get cloned. That's her plan. She wants likes and subs, so I get YouTube famous and then produce clones of myself. We were talking, Georgina, about if I ever did merch for the channel, we'll do body pillows of me. Like you get those like anime waifu like full size body pillows, and it'll just be me laying there like draw me like one of your French girls, right? We're gonna sell that pillowcase. That's the most likely merch I'll sell as a piss take, just for you, Georgina. We'll make sure you can get a create your outcome full size body pillow. It'll be 6'2" long. It is. But hey, what can I say? I got all kinds of fans, I suppose. Here's one now. It's a heater, actually. It's getting too cold. Why do sprinters? What do sprinters eat before they race? Nothing. They fast. Wow, dude. What? Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired? Yeah, Celtic. Yeah, I've some motorbike. Jeez, that thing's rattling. Hey, stop. So you get for buying a $10 heater from an op shop. Thing rattles like crazy. Every time I ever buy one from a used shop, you buy a cheap $5-10 used heater, the bearings are rattling away, which is why somebody gave it away. But hey, it does the job. They tend to last a month or two. Hey, that one's probably like that $10 one's lasted longer than the brand new one from Bunnings we went through 2 of. What do you call a pig that practices karate? A pork chop. Jamie had a comment there. My aunt has applied for 5 courses for me at college. So I'm hoping to do cooking. So if I live alone someday, I'll be able to have some idea how to cook. Yeah, that's a very handy skill, mate. Good with women too, Jamie. Hey, love. If a man can cook right. Yeah, that's how it was when we met. I was basically pure carnivore essentially. I ate steak, and we got the odd butter. I'd get butter chickens occasionally. Then yeah, Susie was here, and yeah, I introduced you to a good home cooked steak, mate. You're like really well, like you know. That's how you impress a woman, mate. If you can, you can swing a spanner, and you can work in a kitchen as well. It's about problem solving, right? It's like if a man can fix cars, he can usually cook. He can usually fix a toilet. He can build a cabin. Apparently, I don't know. Like we haven't actually proven. You realise you have no evidence I can build a cabin yet. You have evidence I can build half a cabin. The other half is still outstanding. Just like me. Sometimes I just go stand in a field so I can tell people I'm outstanding in my field. Segued that into a dad joke there. Slipped it in. What did the tomato say to the other tomato during a race? Ketchup. Doing my best with dad jokes. Who's the beauty behind that? That's the lovely. That's my lovely wife there, future wife. Venom Susie, mate. Sharon Davison, thank you for the sticker. What? GG. Nice, mate. Thank you for the sticker there, Sharon. I do like the different stickers. They're quite cool. There's some different ones. I'm seeing more and more of them. The plan is for me to live on my own future, but like Kara's come a few times a day, help me live alone, like cooking, shopping, things I need. Yeah, Jamie, I had all of that offered to me when I was about 15, 16, man. I actually turned them all away because they wanted to put me in like a flat and stuff, and they were telling me, oh, you're never going to drive, this and that, and I was already really into cars and motorbikes, and they're like, oh no, we're just going to look after you, have these carers to live alone. Very much that thing, they seem to want to make it very, my perception at the time was they wanted to make it very restrictive, so I basically told them to F off. And I will say, the next 10 years or so of my life were much more difficult, so I think you're making the right choice going with that, man, and getting that help. And then, yeah, go from there. But do believe in yourself, do grow and progress, and you'll do well, man. Yeah, in hindsight, if I wasn't such a obnoxious little shit when I was a teenager, well, I kind of still am now, but, if I wasn't such an obnoxious little shit, I probably would have suffered a lot less, learned a lot more. So you take those opportunities, man. Celtic, I dig, bro. Nice. Man and a giraffe walk into a bar, they both get pissed, and the giraffe ends up falling over. A man and a giraffe walk into a bar, they both get pissed, and the giraffe ends up falling over. The man starts to walk out, but the bartender shouts, "Oi, you can't leave that lying there, man." Laying there. The man turns around and says, "Relax, it's not a lion, it's a giraffe." Oh, dude. Matt Avner, I won't read that one out. What do cows read the most? Cattle logs. Oh, Heavy D. You crazy, Heavy D. I love it, man. Good to see you. How you going, Heavy? How you going, man? Wondered how you are. I messaged you on Instagram there as well, Heavy D. I don't know if you got the message. Hopefully I'm messaging the right account, but I sent you a message there. How you going, Heavy? Absolutely crazy, man. I love it. I never know how to react when he does this. Thank you, Heavy D. Keeps you, really big time, keeps everything going. Thank you to all the other donors as well, guys. Every bit of it, it's all helping the channel. I'm sitting there, I'm going, oh, all right, we're gonna get paid by YouTube soon. I'm still waiting for this, sending me a confirmation code, some crap I got to do, and then I can finally order the stuff, new equipment for the channel. So that'll be good. Yeah, see some of his old racing photos. Yeah, same here. Yeah, I'd love to see them. So yeah, I reached out to Heavy on Instagram there. I was really hoping, if you send me some old racing photos and stuff, man. And yeah, we were talking about that, Celtic. That we're all talking about it. That we're pretty sure that your dad and Heavy D used to race each other. back in the scene back then. Very interesting. It's a small world, right? It's like we had a guy come in here earlier tonight, first time finding the channel, right? He was talking about the grief. His mother passed away 3 months ago, and in that 3 months, he's now building an app to help people with like learning maths and stuff, right? Because his mum was an educator in that way, and so he named the app after her, and his mum's name translated, or where the name she went by was Susie, and he's like, it's Destiny. Like, he's popped on this channel, he's talking about all this stuff, and you know, Susie's my partner in that. So it's crazy how the world connects, right? Like for Heavy D and Celtic to meet each other, when Heavy D and Celtic's dad, it sounds like they raced here. We're going to confirm that, but it sounds like that was what happened. Haven't even checked my Instagram or anything. I got some serious food poisoning from grilled chicken. Oh no, yeah, I've been there, Heavy D. It's bloody rough, man. Yeah, bloody rough with chicken and that. I got a mate, a friend of mine, his dad. I think it was some off lamb. Because his dad was in a wheelchair, and one day I asked, I said, I don't want to be like rude, but like what happened with that? And he's like, oh, he got food poisoning from some bad. I think it was some bad lamb or something. I never thought that could happen. I was like, wow, man. So yeah, since I heard that, I've been so careful with it. Like, there's some stuff we're throwing out here. The next day, I'm like, oh, I'll probably be alright to eat, and I'm just like, oh, no, just bin it. Like, I don't like to waste food. I always try and, you know, finish off food. I really hate, you know, as much as I'm carnivore diet and all that, I don't like to waste an animal. You know, if it's there, if it's cooked, you know, I like to make sure it gets eaten and that, you know, or, you know, it doesn't go off in the fridge. So yeah. Yep, yeah, just reach out when you can, Heavy. Sorry, I hope you're feeling a bit better now, man. I'd say yeah. Haven't checked my Instagram or anything. Some serious food poisoning. Food poisoning's no joke. Yeah, it's horrible, man. I've never had that before. I was puking and yep, yeah, Heavy, yep, yeah. I've been there, man. It's blimmin' horrible, man. It's horrible, bro. So I'm glad you're alright, Heavy. Great to hear, man. I'm glad you're getting through it. So hopefully you're on the mend a bit now, Heavy. If you're trying to resettle your guts, Heavy, the best thing you can do is try and get some egg down. If you're struggling to keep food down, you can just try and have eggs. Eggs are really, you know, it's a good way to get protein in, and it won't upset the stomach much. Eggs are really good for that. Just like some scrambled egg, just maybe a tiny hint of milk, but usually not. You know, you just want some egg in there, just scrambled up a bit. Yeah, electrolytes as well, Georgina. Yep, get some electrolytes in, like Powerade, Gatorade. Just keep sipping away at water and that. Yeah, but yeah, geez, Heavy. It's rough, man. Next time someone tells me they got food poisoning, I'll have a lot more sympathy for them. Yep, nothing quite like lived experience, right, Heavy? Nothing quite like nothing quite like going through it. Yep. Oh. Right, yeah, so it sounds like you're on the mend all right now, Heavy, eh? Oh, jeez, man. Kurt, and you, did you find who did it to you, Heavy? Yeah. What happened? What was the situation there, Heavy? He might have done it to himself. I think that's when I've done it. I don't think I've ever had it from eating somewhere else. I think it's just I'd eat stuff that blooming would be in the fridge too long or something. Is that a Kiwi accent? Yes, it is. Oh, Kurt, is that what you? Yep, good ear. Yes, yeah, very good ear to pick it up as a Kiwi accent. About 90% of people come in here and they're like, "Are you Australian?" And I don't blame them for that. It is very. I've had Australians think I'm Australian, so you have a very good ear to figure out it's a New Zealand accent. Where are you from, Cypher? Oh no, hang on. What? How am I? Cypher Dorden. Oh, no. Reminds me of Tyler Durden, Fight Club. Yeah. My gosh, guys. Always something, isn't it, Heavy? Always something, guys. You see, remember we were talking about earlier on the stream, guys. Somebody always has it worse. Somebody's having a worse day, right? I've been going about my day all week. I mean, oh, I wonder, I was thinking, I was wondering how heavy D was. I hadn't seen around Dennett, hadn't seen you around Men of Action, but I also know heavy that it's like every few days I see you in the chat. You're not in there all the time. I was like, oh, heavy will appear soon enough. But yeah, you've been blooming going through it, mate. Feel a lot better. So electrolytes like Gatorade, all that baby stuff. It's like, are we dilate? I haven't heard of that. Look at that. Oh, screenshot. I'll look that up. I'm curious now. Got me curious, my friend. What time is it? We're going to do till about 9 o'clock. When is it? Oh, we're bang on 9 o'clock. What should we do? I'll do another 5 to yeah. We'll fly along. Change your toothbrush to. Oh, interesting, Georgina. That's a good point. Yeah, change your toothbrush. Really? I have never heard of that, Georgina. From after food poisoning and stuff. What does that do to the toothbrush? Does it get into the? I wouldn't have thought it would get into like the plastic fibers and stuff. Mexican food joint? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you won't be going there again. Yep. I remember the sickest the sickest I've ever been, and I never thought I could get that sick. It was a flu of some kind of something. It didn't seem, maybe it was food poisoning. I don't know, but I remember being so sick that like I was in bed for 3 days. I could barely drink. I could barely eat or anything. And I staggered down the hallway at 3 a.m, barely awake, and it was as if I was blind drunk. I was that unwell, and I went to the bathroom and I came back out, and I went to step back out of the bathroom after throwing up or whatever. I like staggered and went head first into my roommate's door, and he helped pick me up, and the other flatmate came out. Was like, "What's going on?" They literally had to carry me back to bed. I could not physically get up, and they got me back to bed and left me with some water in a bucket and that. And I remember being really off for at least another 3 days after that. Like I was real in a really bad way. But yeah, I just remember that just feeling just absolutely just horrible for like 5 straight days. Second person that's told you about the toothbrush. Yeah, oh, well, there we go. We learn something here every day. Yeah. Well, yeah, why is that, guys? I just wondered. I mean, I would have thought you could run the toothbrush on hot water or something, maybe. But I honestly didn't think I could. It's the best way to explain it. Yeah. Yeah, I did. No, yeah, I agree, Heavy. It's a scary thing, eh? It's a scary thing. It's like, man, I'm like, you don't know what, when you get into that territory, even, like crash motorbikes, broken bones, all that is familiar. But when you're that sick and your body's doing that, it's like, well, I don't know, like, am I about to fall off the perch? Like, how bad is this? Yeah, it's not a nice place to be, man. Yeah, there's bacteria on it. Okay. Germs from the illness can remain on the bristles, and using the same brush could potentially expose you again to those organisms. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I figured it would be something left on it, but yeah, I would have thought it would rinse off or something. But yeah, very interesting. Well, one thing I will say, guys, is probably not in this case, but usually if you're replacing a toothbrush, if you know somebody with like cars or motorbikes that really take care of them and stuff, give them all your old toothbrushes from around the house. Because they're fantastic for working on cars. If you want to clean the wet mag wheels on your car and they're quite intricate, it seems crazy to clean them with a toothbrush, but it doesn't take that long, right? That's what toothbrushes are great for, like degreasing car parts when you're working on them, or yeah, cleaning wheels and things, and you want to clean up your brake calipers or whatever with some degreaser. Old toothbrushes are throw them all in the garage, and just not in this case, not in this cross contamination case, but yeah, if that's usually what I do with an old toothbrush when I replace them. Is they get dipped in degreaser and scrub some car wheels. Here we do. You know how bad you are, bro. I saw what you did on Dennis's channel, then I came here and did the same. I respect your racing. I absolutely love seeing you on here. Yeah, Heavy D's a legend, bro. Thank you again for the donor, Heavy D. It's phenomenal, man. Just blows my mind. So I really appreciate it. So it's I've been thinking about the whole race bike thing and all that as well, and just man, I'm still, I don't know, overwhelmed. Don't know what to do in that. I've been looking at the race bike. I have been thinking about the race bike the last couple of days because it's been out, got it running, staring at it, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, I'd kind of put in the corner, like I really want to get a lot of other stuff sorted in life, then go racing that and whatever. But I like feel this lack, like I at least need to get some track days, and also I need to get back to it. But at the same time, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, the track day fee and the tyres and this and that, and I just remembering how much it costs, and I'm just like, oh god. Hopefully I can make something work. But I mean, the bike's alright. I mean, maybe not at the racing level on that bike. I don't know. I mean, it would be alright for some of the events I want to do. I'm not, as I say, I'm not out there trying to win it. I'm not out there trying to win it. I just want to be in the arena a bit and see how things go, and then then I can look at more seriously other stuff. Man, I swear I didn't think it was ever going to end. Like every time you fall asleep within 3 to 5 minutes, I would wake up and run to the shower because the trash can was only taking you. Yep, heavy. A graphic retelling there, but yes, I definitely, yep. It's not fun, man. It's, yeah. As you said, you wouldn't imagine someone could be that sick, yeah, what the human body does in that state. Yeah, a flu can be one thing, and then, yeah, you get food poisoning, man, and yeah, as I said, like, my mate's dad got paralysed from it. Ended up in a wheelchair. I didn't know that was possible till he told me, and yeah, I asked one day, I was like, respectfully, like, I don't want to be rude, but I just wondered why your dad ended up in a wheelchair. Food poisoning. So, fuck. So, yeah, I've been so careful, because that was after I'd had that really bad food poisoning. I was talked about heavy, and yeah, a few years after that, and then, yeah, he told me about that, and I've been so careful since, man. Really tried to. Thank you for the toothbrush advice, Georgina. Yeah, see? So there you go, Georgina. You got more use in the chat than just trying to steal me off Susie. You right there, love?
Yeah.
No idea it can ruin you like that. Yeah, heavy as always, man. Lived experience. Eh? There's nothing like going through something yourself, right? And then it also like kind of opens your eyes to other experiences people have that you haven't had. And I always try and understand. I always try and get their perspective. And there's a lot of things I haven't lived that people in here talk about that it's just like, to me it's just unimaginable levels of suffering and stuff. And I try and understand. I'm your heart. Oh, thank you, Georgina. Oh dear. Now we've talked about this, Georgina. What you need to do is you need to find a good man in your area. Now you know the traits you want. You got to look for. It'll all work out. Yeah. His father. Yeah. Crazy heavy. I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was possible, man. I'd never heard of that before he said that. I did not know that was possible. Again, it's a reminder as well, right? Right, heavy. It's you never know when it can all be taken away. Live today. Live today, guys. You never know. When I was I lived in a city back in the city for a couple of years ago. Like I've been up here mostly about the last 15 years, but about 8 years ago I spent a couple of years in the city again. I had some car guy friends and that down there, some young fellas and that. And there was one of them that sort of hung out with us, but I didn't really know him that well. But I knew some of the other guys quite well. They were good mates with him. I just hadn't really hung out with this guy. And one day he was at work, and then I get the call from the boys. Oh, he's gone, man. And he was heading home from work, a bit of a late shift till 8 o'clock at night or something, heading home, and some drunk driver just fucking T-boned his car. Guy, he'd worked his ass off, built himself a really nice sports car, out enjoying life. He was only blooming like 17, 18. He'd been working his ass off for years, and yeah, some drunk driver took him out, It happens, man. Life is a gift. Every day on earth is a gift. Gotta remember what's important. Yeah, they do have them, Kurt. Yeah. Yeah, medicinal only. They did try to vote it in as a full legalization thing, but it only passed on medicinal. They did a referendum on it when you do a vote for who's going to be the prime minister, whatever, who's going to essentially be the president, whatever. They'll have like a referendum sometimes of, do you want to vote on a new flag for the country or this or whatever. And yeah, the referendum nearly scraped through, but not quite. was how it went down. But yeah, medicinal, yes. So saying you live life better now. Yeah, heavy. The one that affected me the most was losing someone who was like a second father to me. Who was into the cars I'm into. He was down the country in New Zealand, about 7 hours away, right? So we'd hang out down at his place when I was down that way. Like if I was down there for a track day, I'd stay at his place and that, you know. Um, and like if I bought a car down that way, we'd get it delivered to his place, and then I'd drive down and work in his garage on his car and work on that car and stuff for a few days. So he actually, my convertible Brown Z, he drove me down to Wellington to pick that up, and I cruised back with him, you know. And then yeah, like couple of years. It wasn't even a couple of years after that. He retired early. Within 6 months, he had a cancer diagnosis. He'd retired early to work on his cars, spend more time with his kids, go fishing, and enjoy retirement. You know, he'd worked on the side of the road for many years, pairing up phone lines, right? Thousands and thousands of them at a time. That was mostly what he did. And yeah, 6 months after retiring early, cancer. 18 months later, he was gone. And you know, I didn't get to see him. I only got to see him in the last couple of months of his life because of the lockdowns. I couldn't go see him. So it was right as it pretty much he got diagnosed. I was like, oh man, I'll come down and see you soon. And within a month, we were locked down. And by the time the lockdowns and all that chaos ended, and then in between lockdowns, I was sorting so much stuff up here, and I just couldn't get down there. That all led to the day I'd already given my notice on my leased buildings I had. Because I couldn't afford them anymore, and I just finished building the garage here, and I was moving out, and I just started moving out of that building, and then I got the call that he'd passed away. So I've never worked so hard in my life. I went flat out all week. I did everything I could. I barely slept and just ground myself into the ground to get that building cleared out, because I literally couldn't afford another day's rent in the place, right, or another week, whatever. And there was someone else moving in and that, and I was like, okay, right, smash it out. And my goal was to be able to get to his funeral, which was 7 hours away, but get it done. And it ended up being that I could only watch the live stream of his funeral. So I moved out of my shop that I'd spent like sort of storage, whatever. I was working on cars as well, but I'd been up there for 2 years doing that stuff. And yeah, I moved out. I shut the door, handed the keys back on that building, and 10 minutes later, I was back here, sat here, got in the door, dunk, and then watch the live stream of his funeral, because they live stream them now if the family wants them to. So I was able to catch it that way, but it was really hard for me to not be there. I beat myself up a lot about that. But, you know, family understood that, and I did catch up with his kids and stuff later on and caught up with them, and ended up buying a whole heap of their tools and his cars and stuff off the family. So, it's yeah, it definitely gave me a different perspective, you know. You know, we don't have problems, right, a lot of the time. The things we complain about, the things we stress about. You never know. So, you know, I remember this when I start overthinking and I start stressing too much. I'm like, man, I'm still here, you know. I'm still going on the journey. And just to make sure I enjoy the ride a bit, right? A good friend of mine once told me that line, you know, when you sign up for something. I was thinking about this with you, Heavy, with your question about racing over the years, and me with racing and progress, right? It's buy the ticket, take the ride. So that's always stuck with me. Another friend said that to me. Yeah, buy the ticket, take the ride. You've already bought the ticket. You're like on the roller coaster, going tick 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 tick. You're strapped in on the roller coaster. You're going up the climb. Like the rest is coming. You know, you might as well just buckle up, buckaroo, and away you go. You know, once you sign up for something, once you're on the path, you know, don't dip a toe in it. Dive into it. Give it your best. Give it your best go. You know, you're gonna fail in the process. You're gonna have moments, but depression is a symptom for change. Yeah. Yeah. So some people have defined it as, you know, depression means deep rest. You know, your body needs a deep rest to reset, to kill off the old you and recreate yourself, right? Some parts of you have to die to create a new you, right? Same thing kind of happened to me about not making someone's funeral. And funny how hard we can be on ourselves. Yeah. Let's take a... Just give me a moment here, please, guys. Take a minute. Just think on that for a moment, guys. Just, yeah, a bit of a moment to think about the people we lost and how we carry on their legacy. You know, how we carry on what that person stood for. What did that person bring to your life? What perspectives did they change you? What did they teach you about kindness? What did they teach you about, you know, opening your heart, your home? And, you know, that friend of mine I lost, would have given me the shirt off his back, man. Again, these are more reasons why I'm here, why I do this channel, guys. Serve others like he did. Be a light on the world, not a blight on the world. Sorry, I'll just take a little moment here, guys. To the ones we lost, eh? To the ones we lost, ladies and gentlemen. Just take a moment to think about them. Remember what they stood for. Remember the impact they had on your life, and remember how, you know, if they are looking down on you right now, who knows? If they are looking down that, you know, how would they want you to feel? How would they want you to go? Would they want you to be sad and struggling? Would they want you to thrive in their memory? You know, like the people I lost, when I think of them, they were the best people. They always just wanted me to succeed. They wanted me to thrive, right? Hello, Paula. I'm just taking a little moment here, guys. I will catch up on the chat in a moment. I do apologise. Yeah, I'll just take a moment, sorry. It's a bit much. Especially when I've all those yellow parts bins I was sorting through today, that was all his stuff I got off his family that had been under the workbench. I'd never faced it. It's taken me 3 years to face that until today, so you're just talking about all that right now is... Fuck, man. Do apologise, guys. I'll catch up on the chat here. Something happened. My dad brought so much into my life, but when he died, it took everything with me. He still brought a lot into your life, bro. You know, he raised you, bro. You're what's left, Celtic. You're what's left of your dad, bro. You're his legacy. Remember that. I know your dad was proud as fuck of you, man. So don't forget that. Don't forget who he raised, man. Remember who you are, white boy, as they say, right? That's a bit of a trope, a bit of a thing going around Instagram, isn't it? You know, the remember who you are, white boy reels. They're quite funny. You're still here and life is a gift. I work in cancer research. I'm not here to lecture, but it pains me to see that cigarette. The world needs more people like you here for as long as possible. Yeah, I am trying to give them up, to be honest. I'm really what would you recommend, Rand? Because I'm looking to go to nicotine patches, but the thing about my friend when he died of cancer, it was mouth and throat cancer, right, from smoking. The thing is he had just switched to vaping when he got the cancer. He'd gone from smoking cigarettes his whole life, and he went to vaping, and that's right then is when he got cancer and stuff, and that's, yeah, that makes me pretty hesitant. Like, that's why when I went to vaping, I was like, oh, I want to give up smoking. I went vaping for a while, and that made me feel even worse. So, like, after every time I'd start vaping to try and quit smoking, I'd vape for about 6 weeks, and then I couldn't even walk up and down the hill twice. I'm like gasping for air. So, when I gave up the vaping, I had a lot of burping and stuff all the time for days and days. But I seem all right now, but yeah. I to be honest, with how I'm feeling, I was just about to light the other half of a cigarette there, but yeah. I definitely do know I need to get away from them. You're not wrong. I do appreciate the comment. My grandfather, man, raised me because deadbeat dad, because of deadbeat dad. To the real fathers out there, it's incredible, man. Yep, stepped right. He stepped up where he didn't have to. Right. What was your first video game you remember playing? Um, my uncle had a computer, very very old computer. Right. This would have been. We're probably talking 1995, 93 maybe. And it was like I remember it was all like green dot matrix. It was very basic lines and stuff. It was like MS-DOS level type era stuff, right? And it was a fireman in a building, and you had to move the trampoline. People were jumping out of the building. It was the building was like on fire, right? And you were the fireman, and you had to catch the people, and like they bounced off the trampoline to safety or whatever. That was the first video game I ever remember playing. You know, my dad was a two-time world motorcycle champion. I didn't know that, Celtic. I knew he rode and raced. I didn't know he was a two-time world champion. You what? Man, what you got in that bloodline, man? Really bothers me, but I never got to ride with him because he worked so hard. Shit, man. Worked so hard to provide everything for you guys, right? It says a lot about his character as well, right? Which is obviously rubbed off onto you, you know? It's a very. We were having a chat about that earlier. Celtic with there was somebody in here talking about they were trying to keep their family together and work and whatever, and yeah, we were trying to talk about that balance. And yeah, if he comes in again shortly, I'll make sure we'll try and get your input on that, Celtic. Your opinion, I think it'd be really interesting to hear what you would say with that guy. It's tough, man. Nicotine gum helped me get off the smoke. It's been on for nearly 7 years. I stopped smoking altogether. Video games helped me stop smoking. Whenever I want to smoke, I play a game, take my mind off, and trust me, was a great recommendation. I'll try a bit of that as well. I'll try a bit of that. I'll try. Yeah, I've got a PlayStation 2 there. I had an Xbox One, but I used to play it far too much, so I put an axe through it, and got a PlayStation 2 I'm not online. I got back to that old enjoyable, what I liked about video gaming, which was the same thing I always liked about cars and motorbikes in real life. The same thing I always liked about video gaming. It was about doing the actual thing and enjoying the thing for what it was. And then, yeah, I got into online gaming. It just became this whole. It was enjoyable for a time, but then it became very toxic, and I couldn't control my use of it because every time I go to get off, more people would come online. It's kind of like that with YouTube. I think about signing off, and then a whole heap of people come in. They're like, "Oh, hey, go!" I'm like, "Oh, I better not head off right now. I'll stick around a bit." I won't sound too much longer though. Susie's about unconscious, so I'll try watch a movie or something. She's got the day off tomorrow. It's not quite 9:30. I don't know. She's usually only conscious for about the first half of a movie. And then, hey, yeah. A corona of time is to go for me. Again, I'm gonna have to look up some things, guys. I'm gonna get rid of the question there because we've changed topic. That's my joke from Ding Dong. Okay, I didn't see your joke there, Ding Dong. It's hard. Not. It's hard. It's just really hard. No way around it. Nicotine replacement therapy probably has the best success. Chantix approach. Different things work for different people. Yeah. Is it Champix? They call it here, I believe. If that's the same thing you're talking about. I've heard it's really not good for people with struggles with mental health or depression, stuff like that. So I've had a lot of battles with I've got ADHD and autism and depression since I was age 8 or so. So yeah, but I will screenshot that. Yeah, I was going to call them up. I've been meaning to call them up actually since yesterday. Talk to them about sending me some stuff. Tip top. It's just how Heavy D. It's his way of showing gratitude, man. He's an incredible person, bro. He supports. That's just Heavy D's way of showing this gratitude, man. Incredible human being is Heavy D. Please don't feel any pressure to race. Like even after I get your gear and stuff, no pressure. Just when you get back to it, you'll have the gear. I appreciate Heavy. I don't want you to feel obligated, man. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Heavy, I'd love to just get some track days in again and stuff, man, and be able to do it again. But yeah, to me, it's like I've got to build the cars, I've got to do all this and that, and like yeah, I look at a new helmet because I crashed and got a concussion, and I still road ride on that helmet. Like I shouldn't be really, but it's not got cracks and stuff in it. But I did come off at like 120 mile an hour a couple of times with it, so I should probably replace it. Yeah. Maybe I wouldn't have got the concussion in the third crash if I hadn't already crashed twice in that helmet. But it seems all right. But yeah, I struggled for so many years, Heavy, to be honest. Like my motorbikes were always like cobbled together, like whatever bike I could get for $1,000. It's only been in the last few years. I sold so much stuff. I gave up so much stuff to buy that race bike, and I was in a rented room at the time, and the race bike literally sat in that bedroom, and I just lived there for a while, and I couldn't afford to track it for about the first 6 months, and I just saved and kept doing stuff so I could buy the leathers, buy the helmet. It all went well for a time, and then after the crashes and stuff, I was all right in those leathers for a bit, but then the zips failing and that, I'm like, I need to stop doing this for a while and make sure I can actually get it done. But yeah, you can just message me on YouTube, on Instagram about Heavy D. That's the only thing I have for text messaging and stuff. Apart, I don't do Facebook or any of that. Otherwise, I just spend my life on all these different apps. I'm pretty bad for it. It kind of sucks in a way. I wish I've always tried to develop more self control with like video gaming and social media and stuff, but it's just that ADHD addiction, distraction and stuff. Yeah, I'm really susceptible to it, so I'll definitely get better. You should do YouTube videos of you playing older games. A good way to kill two birds with one stone. Hopefully it works out for you, mate. Yeah, Bellissimo. Yeah, I did a stream. Me and Susie raced a little while ago. I think it's, if you check on the lives, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there. We're playing a PlayStation 2 game, Tourist Trophy, which is it's Gran Turismo 4. The only difference with Tourist Trophy is it's Gran Turismo 4, but they took out all the cars and they put in motorcycles. Fantastic game. It's really good fun. You'd enjoy that, Heavy D. Yeah, get yourself an old PlayStation 2 and a game called Tourist Trophy, or Heavy D. Get MX versus ATV Unleashed or something. Some of these old games, man. You ever get into any of that, Heavy D? You ever get into the old video games, or didn't quite give you the fuzz? How old is the helmet? Oh, the helmet would be maybe 6 years old now. But I mean, I had 3 crashes in it on track because it's tarmac track, so it's I think one crash was about 80 mile an hour, another one was about 100 mile an hour, and then the third crash was the one I got concussion. It was like about 130 mile an hour. I came off the fastest corner in New Zealand. Turn 1 of Pukekohe Raceway. It's the fastest drift corner in the southern hemisphere when they drift it. It's if you've ever seen any drifting from New Zealand, it's the corner that they hit at over 200 kilometers an hour and throw it in. It's like known as the New Zealand drift corner. That's the corner I crashed off at like 130 mile an hour. Came out turn 1, went to bring it up, put the brakes a bit. We just adjusted the suspension a bit. And this guy who was all factory trained in that went, I'll rework your suspension. And it didn't compress properly. When I went to brake, I brought the bike upright a bit, went to only trail brake it lightly. It just locked the front. Before I knew it, I was on the grass, and I was just going to end up back on the back straight, facing a wall, and I just had to 130 mile an hour. All right, well, I'm ripping the front brakes. I just ripped the brake and tucked it on purpose, and I could barely speak for 3 months. I never got looked at. They didn't get me looked at the track that day. They didn't get me checked out by an ambulance. I strung my bike back together and went out riding, and they were like, away you go, mate. And 3 days later, I got a concussion. My head was just felt like somebody was just punching me in the head all day for a week. It wasn't pleasant. It was not fun. And I was slurring words and all sorts for about 2 months. I probably still have a bit of it now, and this eye drooped down and I used to get these headaches, and this eye would go real heavy. But it all went away after about 6 months and came back to normal. But yeah, people would be like, "Oh, hey man," they'd call me up. "Oh, hey man, have you got some wheels for this car?" I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, man. Oh, what size? What size? I could barely string a sentence for like a couple of months. So yeah, I definitely gave myself a good whack on the noggin, and I was too out of it, and nobody really thought to take me to someone, and I was like, "Oh, I'm fine." I was too out of it. So yeah, that was an interesting one. But I mean, again, I've been fine for years since. So touch wood. Cigarettes are serving as an oral fixation, hand to mouth motion. What team did you race with? Yeah, there's no. Cigarettes are serving as an oral fixation. The hand to mouth motion triggers change your smoking triggers. Stress 2 to 5 minutes. Deep breathing, stretching or jumping jacks. Yeah, I'm just trying to really reduce them down first. For me, it's whenever I've quit smoking successfully for like a couple of years at a time, or so, it's always been like I reduce down. I'm down to like 3 cigarettes a day. Then I'm down to 2 cigarettes a day, and then it's just like 1, and then I'll bring it down. Try and bring it down a cigarette a day if I can. I try and keep my situations less stressful. I think a lot of it's anxiety as well. Like I saw on stream here, like things are hard to deal with. I start fidgeting and stuff. I'm talking about it's not helpful anyway, but no, it's alright. Suzuki was the longest team. Nice, yeah. One more info because I can talk to John DeSoto and Gene Woods about a Hot Shoe Award. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that, Celtic? Because I tried to look it up with AI to see about Heavy and your dad racing together and that, and yeah, your dad having the Hot Shoe and that. Crazy, man. Isn't it crazy? I get on YouTube and I do a channel for like 6 months, right? Like 5 months of it on live because I couldn't go live at first. And I meet all these amazing like motorcyclists and amazing people with all kinds of different life experience with just all kinds of different things. And I don't know, man, the conversations we have here, I'm so glad I started this channel. I'm so glad I was willing to put myself out there like this, guys. It's an incredible experience for me as well, I love this, man. So g'day unknown. Did a lot of videos. I haven't seen that list of gear yet. Oh, Heavy, I sent you. I didn't want to pest you, Heavy. So yeah, I sent you a message on Instagram, and I figured, once I sent you a message asking if they, because I asked AI about it to see what I'd need, and apparently there's like an official Alpinestars measurement fitting sheet that they have that they might want me to fill out or something. So I needed to look into that. So yeah, I just sent you a message about that, man. Yeah, I don't know if you need to talk to people or whatever about it. Yeah, I wouldn't know the process. As I say, Heavy, I try and do my best, but really I just sort of I bought a race bike and showed up to the track day and really enjoyed it and that. But I got the tire warmers and all this, but yeah, when it comes to gear sizing and that, I just bought the leathers I could get at the time. It was an air suit for sale and about my size, and it was like, okay, well this will do. I've always kind of scraped by on that minimum, That's been the story of my life for a long time. So that was another reason I kind of got away from it. And that I was like, man, if I'm going to come back and I want to race and stuff, I've got to go away and build cars, build my life up, restructure my life, and maybe I come back to it, maybe I don't. So that's why the race bike just sat in the corner. I'm like, in time I'll come back to it. Like I've been ready the whole time. I'd love to jump on the thing for sure. It's the only time my brain shuts off is on track. The only time my brain shuts off is I can be going down a straight at 160 mile an hour and I'm still just like, oh, just more power, right? And it's once I do 170, 180 mile an hour down that straight, or I'm battling somebody under brakes, I'm in that, I'm free. It's the only time I'm free, right? And that's what I miss about riding on track, is getting just so lost in those moments and just being, I don't mean to get mushy on everybody, but being at one with a machine on a motorcycle when you're confident, you're in that zone, the tires, right, everything's just come together. It's just, I don't know how do you even describe it. It's just euphoric. It's just something else, right? And for everybody that's different. Some people that's when they're on a horse on a beach, and I don't know, it's those moments, right? I guess for me, flat out on a motorbike is like that peace most people would feel where they relax at the beach and whatever, and they actually wind down. They just have that moment where it's just like, you breathe and you you soak it in. Sometimes I can get that around home and that where I just, the birds are chirping. I've got a quiet morning. You just take these nice moments. It's that same state, but you're doing 180 miles an hour. You're dragging your knee and elbow around the corner, going like, locked in and full on. That's my happy place. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm going to catch up on the chat here. How far off am I? Oh, I'm not too bad off. All right, cool. You're lucky you're not paralyzed or dead. Yes, I would agree. Yep, worked out all right on that one. Thank God it was a good distraction. Yeah, I'm trying to not have that. I will be having that blooming half smoker got there soon, Georgina. To be honest, I'm doing pretty good, but I'm tempted. But the flying Hawaiian, bro. You're lucky you're not paralyzed or dead. Yeah, yep. Take the good with the bad. I've learned a lot of patience since then, Heavy. That's why I think I'll perform so much better on a bike now after this time away and time to reflect and process, because I'd never really done much. And like I did 2 track days on a little 250cc 4-stroke, little ZXR 250 inline 4, 19,000 RPM. I'd done that back when I was 18, 19, maybe 20. I'd done a couple of track days, but I hadn't been on track for 20 years, and I showed up with a CBR 1000. I'd never even ridden an injected bike. The race bike was my first ever injected bike, and yeah, it took me 4 track days, and they forced me. They're like, no, you need to go up to the fast group. You're too fast for the second fastest group. And I'm just like, dude, like I've done like 4 track days. My road bike before that was that black ZZR 1200. Before that, I had a RF 900. I had a Hornet 600 Honda 4-cylinder. Yeah, all kinds of different stuff. But that was like my most recent. I had a NX 650 Honda Dominator for a while. That was a cool machine. Stuff like that. But yeah, man, once I got out on that injected 1000, you give me Olin suspension, it's got Olin suspension in it. It's got race slicks on it. It's like the video games I grew up with, and having that total control in like a race car. I'm just in my zone there, man. Remind me of Nicky Lauda, but he rode on 4 wheels. Yeah, yep. I definitely do like my cars as well, but yeah, big time. But motorbikes are more my thing. Do I like maths? No, I don't. I've never been good at math. Put a new helmet on the gearless for the right size. All right, Heavy. I just I want to make sure as well, Heavy, with all that stuff. Like I do feel bad. I don't want to be coming out of your pocket or anything with this stuff, man. Like if you can organise something with the people you know and that, and you can make something happen. But I don't want to be. I feel it's too much in a way, man. I don't. I know I appreciate the support, bro. It's crazy, but like what you do for me already, you drop me like $100 donors and stuff, bro. I just never experienced anything like that, bro. So yeah, just drop me a message on Instagram about it, bro. If you want to clarify anything in that, and we can talk about it. I'd love to work through it. It's all very new to me, Heavy. It's all a very caught off guard, to be honest, mate. So a couple of days later, I'm sort of like yeah. But yeah, if you say you've got support through people and stuff, I just don't want it to be, I don't want you spending thousands of dollars or something, mate. But I don't know how to take that, if that's the scenario. Here's my thought process on you, that you work on bike, get that right and get your gear right, and then we work on getting you the dollars to go racing so you do it right. Yeah, for sure. I think the main thing for me is just getting some track time again, being able to get out and get away from home for a weekend and building and everything and and actually being able to do what I truly love out there again. I worked my ass off for years to make it happen last time, to do some track days, and that was amazing, But I just didn't expect it to all sort of happen now. I might be getting a bit behind on the chat, guys. Sorry, I've got to get the charger. I will head off here soon. I've been saying that for the last 40 minutes. I was going to be off at 9 PM, but I'll just catch up on the chat here first, at least, right? Mark, would you ever like to travel on bike across the Americas from North Central, South America, top to bottom? I don't know if I'd feel. I don't know about the whole South America thing and the countries and the safety of it. Maybe, I don't know. I've heard some things about the travel over there can be pretty risky, like around like Mexico and stuff. I don't know, man. But yeah, I'd love to definitely ride like across America. I want to do my biggest dream is to ride a motorcycle around the Nürburgring in Germany. I've done thousands of laps of that track in video games. That's probably my biggest thing, man. I want to hit the Nürburgring, get a few laps in around there, just a day there, just a day or two at the Nürburgring, and just get some laps in, and have a good 1000cc bike under me, and something about the bike in person. Your brain is one with the bike and track, so it's impossible to describe. Yeah, you are one with the machine, right, Heavy? It's just it's telepathic at that point. You're not thinking about what you're doing and I've got a break here. It's just flowing. It's just a total like symbiotic connection. Yeah, man and machine blended. It's is. Yeah, I don't know how you describe that to anybody, man. Right, it's just like you being sick with a food poisoning, bro. It's a lived experience, and only then you can understand. It's the same. It's interesting we framed it up from that earlier, right? It's a lived experience, and until you live it, it's just as you say, man. It's just in you, right? It's in your blood. Almost 5 a.m. I should just sleep. All right, get some sleep, Jamie Lee. Yeah, get some rest, mate. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure as always. Don't know if you've ever had those days where everything just clicks and it's like you're floating and so quiet and smooth, mistake free, you just can't be beat. You don't get it very often, man, but you'll never lose if you had that feeling every time. Man, I had that the last time I rode it. The last time I rode it, I had that feeling. I went to the bottom of the South Island of New Zealand, rode Teretonga for the first time, that track. And I hadn't ridden for 8 months because I'd broke my hip and stuff. It was basically the lockdowns were ending. They were getting back to track days, and or it might have been just before between two lockdowns in New Zealand. They did some track days, and I went and broke my hip on the BMX. I hadn't been on it for a while, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do some track days again. It's been a couple of months. Like, I'll go get some timing on the BMX. I booked a couple of track days. I'll get some timing on the BMX, and then 5 minutes into being on the BMX at a Red Bull pump track, they're like those flowing tarmac tracks with the banked corners. I messed up a double jump. I wasn't going that quick. I messed up a double jump a bit short and kind of caught the inside. They had like gardening cloth and pebbles, and I caught that, and the bike went sideways and threw me hip first into the wall and broke the horn off the side of my hip. The greater trochanter is what broke off, and it's right where all the nerves and stuff are. So yeah, that was about what 3-4 years ago. I guess 4 years ago now, probably. Um, yeah, so that's how I did my hip in. And yeah, so I've since learned since then. If anybody knows anybody with nieces, nephews, grandkids, whatever, riding those kind of Red Bull pump tracks and stuff, or skate parks, get some snowboarding impact shorts. They're like a thin like undershort with like blobs of gel padding in them, right? So protect all the hips and pelvis and that, because you can land on some gnarly stuff these days in those skate parks. So yeah, but yeah, I had that feeling at the Teretonga track, man. I got down there. I hadn't been on the bike for 8 months. I swung my leg over it. The first day, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to learn the track. I'm going to focus on the lines. I'm going to get going. We had 2 days there. We camped that night at the track. And day 2, I went out there, man. I woke up in the morning. I already knew where I was going. I've visualized it. I've dreamt it. I've seen it. It's just there. And I was untouchable. That nobody could touch me at that track, man. Not the coaches who ran the track days, not the top coach. Nobody could touch me, man. I got about 8 seconds of video somebody took, and I'm just leading the pack through turn 3, and I'm just perfectly flowing, like flying on this bike. And you see all these other 1,000 super bikes. There's 5-6 of them after me, and you see the way I go through a corner. I'm just gone, and they're going flat out. But I just made them look like they were stopped, man. Yeah, that's where it all flowed, man. And that 8 months off the bike, coming back with a fresher mindset, with a smarter mind, with a better focus of the day when I practice, and then you know, it's stacking the different corners, the different lines, the different places, stack, 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 and then at the end, it's like Rodney Mullen said, you stack it all up, and then when it comes time to perform, you wrap the tablecloth over it, and it just happens, right? It's a beautiful spot to be, man, and I don't know how to explain that to anybody. And as you know, even with all your experience, as you say, it's this is the best you can do with it. I honestly believe in karma, and there's a reason we got connected. It was meant to be. Like, fuck, man, you're in New Zealand, Celtic, and I'm going to end up with something beautiful. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? Isn't it, Heavy? It's incredible how the world delivers things to us. I mean, you can feel I mean, you can feel it. He's real, just a good man here. Him and I are both in Vegas, just crazy, and you're going to tell me this all wasn't somehow meant to be. Yeah, Heavy, it's definitely, yeah. Makes me. It does make. I'm not going to bullshit. It makes me question my belief. The powers of the universe, or God, or whatever. Right? It makes me. It does make me ruminate on it and just think, man, it's yeah, yeah, something to think about. Definitely something I think about. I don't know if it's God or it's divine energy or it's alien dimensions. I don't know what it is, but there's something. It's too much to just be coincidence, right? Through Dennis and all that. Like Dennis Men of Action was the first live stream I actually watched. Like I scrolled through a few or whatever, and it was Dennis, right? And he was the person I actually watched. Like there is without Dennis Bird, there is no this channel. It's as simple as that. That's why Dennis is always saying like I'm a brother in that to him, right? It's he's the one who inspired me. Like I don't want anybody to ever get that. Like that guy has done a lot for me. He thanks me for some stuff, but Dennis Bird over there, man. The amount of men that guy's helped, the amount of people that guy's set right, and the amount of crap he cops for it, for the amount of service he has given to others, But it's just crazy, and I was still scared to do a channel and put myself out there like this and whatever, and then I was like, you know what? It was Dennis. It was like if he can put himself out there, talk about this stuff, you know what? Yeah, I'm ready to do it, and here we are. Not kidding you, man. Not kidding you. I was on YouTube and I was scrolling through shorts and stuff, and it was like lives, and I was like, oh, I've never looked at like lives. It was like whatever, and I maybe watched a couple of people, a few minutes here or there. I'm like, oh, whatever, okay, I don't know. I think it was about a couple of days later. It was like I was going through a shorts feed, and I think it was his live came up, and 1, 2, 3. What's this guy about? Like, okay, cool, But yeah, there's no this channel without Dennis Bird, my friend. When I started my first channel, D Bird was the one who got me to 50 subs. He was on there every time. I tell you, I'll tell you, no bullshit, right? I've had 3 channels, right? My first channel I started, and Dennis was promoting me every day in his channel. While Paulson on and all these other people, Jesse Pollock and all that, were ripping him off, copying him, and all this bullshit was going on. He was shouting me out. He still believed in me, even with everyone else screwing him over. He still backed me, and he made sure I got 50 subs, right? And then I did it for a while, and then I basically burnt myself out. I deleted my channel overnight. My first channel. I built up a 600 subscriber channel in 6 weeks. It was like 650 subs, I think, in 6 weeks out of nothing. Right, then I just scrapped it, and then I realized I'd made a big mistake, and then I did a second one. And the second one is again, Dennis was like, "Yep, man, no, I'll back you again." I'm like, "Oh, you don't have to help me get up on stuff." He's like, "No, I got you." I'm like, "No, bro, I like deleted my channel." And I was like, "That's fine. I believe in you, bro. You'll do it." And then I did that again, and then the third time he still backed me. I went, "No, bro, you'll do it." That's the history with me and Dennis Bird. And me, I've said some hard words to Dennis and stuff, and tried to, like there were times we've had some arguments and stuff, man. Like, but he's a phenomenal dude, But we've talked about, I'm trying to help you, and he doesn't want to be, told what to do, run the channel and stuff. And we had to bang that out, but it's become something incredible, It's become a brother on the other side of the world, right? I'm a guy nowhere in the middle of New Zealand. I only have the internet because there's Starlink. Otherwise, there's no internet here. Without Starlink, without all these things coming together, man. World's Fastest Indian Guy from New Zealand. Truly great movie. Yeah, I've been down. I've been to his grave, Beantown. That's what I was just talking about, was Invercargill, going to the racetrack down there. That's where Burt Munro came from. So yeah, when I was down at the racetrack, the moment I got into Invercargill that night, I rolled into see Burt and spent some time at his grave. Yeah, he really inspired me. So I had a wee chat with him. Thanked his parents and that for him. You know, he's got a family plot there. Burt's there with a family and brother Ernie and that, and parents, and people have left some little bike models and stuff there, man. It's a real nice little spot he's got. And yeah, I went to the beach. I took my race bike has been on the beach. My race bike has been on the back of my ute on the beach that Burt Munro did all his sand runs on, right, in Invercargill. So yeah, I took my ute down there with the race bike on. I damn near took the race bike off the back. I was very tempted, but I had discipline enough. I'm like, I'm down here for track days. I'm not going to risk taking my race bike down the sand at Blimmin, on slicks. It's a 30k an hour speed limit in New Zealand on beaches. The 4x4 boys didn't seem to care, but yeah, if I was going to unload a 1000cc race bike and let it rip on the beach like Burt Munro, it probably would have got me in a bit of trouble. So I was like, I'll just go for a wee drive down the beach in the ute. See, I've got pictures of it actually on my old phone, Bean. I've got pictures of my old ute on Burt Munro's beach that he run on with my race bike sitting on the ute. And it's my ute right on the water with all the real nice water reflections. Beautiful photos, man. When I finally get the data off my old phone, I'll upload that stuff. I'll make sure you see it. But yeah, man. Taking 70 pain pills a day. Holy shit. Weighed 321 pounds. Down 247 pounds and drug free. First thing I ever did, quit cold turkey. Incredible heavy. Incredible, man. What do you think's helped you the most there, Heavy? What do you think? Did you change up the diet and that? Because I mean, when I went a carnivore diet, man, all my joint pain went away, all my inflammation, everything cleared up. Yeah, Sean, man, the chat we've had tonight has been just incredible, man. If you're just joining us, guys, I know it's a 3.5 hour stream, but if you want to check the stream out tomorrow or something, if you check out the last about hour and a half of the stream, man, some of the stuff we talked about, it'll change your perspective on life and suffering and what's important in life. It's been a hell of a conversation, and I've really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Intermittent fasting, yeah. All due to Bird. Something called Yamaha. They sent me a bike. I went and raced in Kelly, and a lot of people came out to watch. And then Yamaha. They sent me a bike, and I went and raced in Kelly, and a lot of people came to watch. And then Yamaha. Oh, Rad. So that was recently you went and got on a bike again, Heavy. Really, bro? Bud, you're blowing my mind. He's one of the 3, now 4 with you, but he led me back to riding. It's amazing, bro. Offered me to race at Vet Nationals and signed a contract. Well, D-Bird sorted that for you, bro. Got you back to it. Got you back. Is that what you're saying, man? I thought you were going to bed, Jamie Lee. What are you doing here, mate? Still haven't finished that. See, it's the same one for the last hour and a half. Fine, I'll call them tomorrow, guys. All right, I'll call them up. I'll call the Quitlawn people. Fine. I'm rigged out right now. What do you mean? Me and Bird had any type of contact? Yeah, I'm modding this channel and that. Yeah, we talk through Instagram. Me and old Dennis Bird. Yeah. Old D. That's why he's always saying to my brother Venom and shouting out my channel and that. Yeah, and it's been a great friendship with him, man. He inspires me a lot. I'll stand by that man forever. Right, fine by me. That old D Bird there, man. He helped me in my loss, and I'll always be there for him. He needs anything. Freaking out when I talk to you on the phone. Yeah. Just reach out through the Instagram. As I said, Heavy. Just reach out through Instagram, bro, and I can sort out. If I have to get WhatsApp or something or whatever, I usually don't have those apps, but I can set something up, man. We can talk about whatever. It's all good. Now you sound like Noir Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I don't know. Same here, Mark. Just like Heavy D thinks D-Bird and his hard love and true inspiration have been spared with God's help. The suffering I was having with my alcoholism. Yeah. The thing about Dennis is a lot of what I sent D-Bird, a lot of what I sent him through Instagram was actually screenshots from his chat when it's all going by in a workout and he'd see those negative comments and stuff, right? And he'd missed all the lives he'd changed. So it's like what you said there, Ben. I'd make sure I screenshot them and I'd compile them into one photo. So it's like 10 good comments in a row. Like, bro, like just from tonight, here's 20 good comments from tonight, bro, that you didn't see, right? You were doing push-ups at the time or something, right? Here they are. And he was like, thank you for the reminder. Like, nobody's done that, but I think, stuff like that, just little things, right? Can't wait to tell him I met you, bro. Bird is going with me as my trainer in November at the first World Vet Nationals. I'm flying him out. Rad, bro. I didn't know any of this was going on with you and old Dennis. Dennis, the two Dennises. Double trouble. Double D. Are you going to call it, are you going to call it the Double D tour? Steal that idea and do the same thing if you give me your blessing. What idea? What did I say? I don't know what I said now. Oh no, what idea did I say? And all of that. Would I rather have the ability to immediately travel to any planet in the universe or to freely travel back and forward in time? Oh, I guess freely travel back and forward in time, but I'm not really too interested in that. But no, I wouldn't want to travel to any planet in the universe. Everything that matters to us is here, right, on Earth. It's the people we know, those we care about, right? It's not out there. It's in here, mate. It's in here. It's in here and it's in here. It's not out there. Don't worry about what's out there. Yeah, the screenshots. Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I don't need my blessing. Yeah, man. I love doing that, bro. I do it, yeah, occasionally. Just drop him at D, especially when he's had a hard day, hard stream. He's going through it. He knows what he's doing is amazing. My biggest fear with Dennis is that the YouTube gods end up cancelling him and it destroys everything he's built and all the men he could help because the trolls eventually win. That was always my concern. But like we talked about it for a while, but he's doing his thing. I'm not gonna, I got love for him. It's his way. I have, I don't want to. I'm not trying to talk shit about the man or something, or anything like that. Obviously, but I do have a deep respect for Dennis, as to all of you guys. Yeah, and I worry what the world loses that day. I actually worry who the world loses that day in some people's cases, because it's truly that important. Well, without D-Bird, we wouldn't be having any of these conversations. We wouldn't be doing any of this. There would be no channel. There would be no Celtic and Heavy D knowing each other. There would be none of this, right? So, what's up, Dr. House? Do I breathe manually? Great question. So anyway, he'll be forced to quit. Yeah. Yeah, I do wonder if it's maybe deep down it's a self-sabotage kind of mechanism or something. I don't know. Anyway, I won't go into it. Anyway, it's his way. I love him doing his way. I think it's done him a big thing to cut down to just one stream a day and that, and focus on his family more and what's really important to him. I think, you know what makes me the happiest. The best time I love seeing Dennis is when he's out fishing. He's standing there and he's got a fish or something, or he's standing there after fishing. He's just standing there and You know, he's not holding a fish this bloody big. You know, it might be a fish this big. That's what they catch around there, whatever. But, you know, you can see he's just, you know, or he spent some time with his kids. He's, you know, some time away in that, right? DB's platform was connected to so many of us. That's it, man. When he says he's the greatest in all the land, when he's changing, like, you know, he's doing what he's doing. It's the real deal, man. People might not always like the delivery, but he's the real deal, right? He's not a fake one. He's whatever. He went out there and actually did it. He went to war. He actually did kick in the doors. You know, at 18, fresh out of school, straight in. You know, out of the frying pan into the oven. ... You know. Again, just another man, you know, giving his time, and, you know, despite all his own suffering, you know, it's those who suffer the most will reach their hand back into the fire for everybody else, right? Oh, yeah, the Racer X shirts. Yeah, I've seen the Racer X shirts, bro. Yeah. Rad. Got them all dripped out. There we go. Heavy D's got old D-Bird all dripped out. And that you know. Don't know if you guys understand what Dennis has gone through. It's a perfect example of iron sharpens iron, man sharpens man. It wasn't just a 0311, I believe it was also a 1.8. Yep. I don't think it. I thought from the other day when they were talking about 1.8, I thought 1.8 was Fallujah when he had a 1.8 in the chat and he said that was Fallujah. I think Dennis was Ramadi. I know he went to other places as well. I think he was all over, like South Africa, all kinds. It's crazy, man. And that's the thing. People just see him on live and just go, some YouTube live stream. Oh, some angry guy. Yeah, it's like, no, that guy's hundreds of people daily literally abusing a war veteran, going, oh, you got little legs, you got this, you got that. And it's a men's accountability channel. But yeah, to overcome it and, you know, to be here, you know, this is the thing, man. The trolls will try and sink any channel, right? And look at what happens when they win. Look what they'd be taking away if they win that situation. That's why we got to make sure we're looking after those that look after us, right, guys? You know, like D-Bird is there serving every day and stuff, and now, you know, step back a stream and serving his family and stuff more, and being more true to himself. And, you know, who deserves peace more than that fucking man? But you know what I mean, with what he's been through, he won't ever know true peace. You know, he's becoming a better person. He's becoming better in his service to his beliefs and to his God. But he, you know, he's always going to have his crosses to bear. You know, and still he turns up every 7 years, every day on live. 7 years, 2 workouts a day. Man, you know how fucking hard that is. Every day, 7 years. Just keep turning up with just everything happening, everything else in life. Sons to raise, wife, all these other things going on. It's incredible, man. So I tell you something big is going on here. I can't explain it. Like you said, if no D-Bird, there is no us right now. Yep, that's it, man. That's it. I better get off here though. I better get off here though, guys. As much as I appreciate it, and I'm loving this to bits. It is 10 o'clock. Susie got up at 5:20 in the morning. So I said I'll be on here till like 8:30 and 9 o'clock at the latest. And she's like, yeah, all right, we'll watch a movie or something. And then she's like half full asleep now. She's gone off probably to get ready for bed. So I will run away, but thank you very much, everybody. It has been a pleasure. And yeah, I do feel bad cutting it off at this point, but yeah, again, I also want to make sure I'm putting the missus first. I think I've stayed on here a bit long. She won't be mad or anything, but yeah, I do want to make sure I'm putting my priorities in the right place as well. I'm just getting off here, love. I'm sorry I've been on so long. No, I'm trying to hug. I'm sorry I've been on so long. I've been on like an extra hour. Do you want the heater on? Cold? All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'll run off. But yeah, if you like, literally Heavy D, if you Celtic, if you want to message me on Instagram now, maybe we get a group chat going or whatever. But yeah, Heavy, yeah, we definitely. I'm keen to move forward all that stuff, bro. But yeah, as I say, I don't want it all coming out of your pocket or something, dude. Like, yeah, just whatever works, man. Whatever isn't a bother. Anything helps and all that, as you know. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's amazing. And again, the conversations we're gonna have after this Heavy Celtic, we can hang out here and all that. Yeah, hope you do keep taking care of yourself, Heavy D, with getting on the mend there, mate. Yeah, well, no swearing was to help. Oh, doesn't mean you have to, mate. Doesn't mean you have to. You do. I do appreciate it. You melt my heart. You all melt my blimmin' heart. You made it in. G'day, Truth. Alright, guys, I'm going to head off. Thank you to all the moderators, especially, as always. Number one, shout out to the moderators. Couldn't do it without you. Second, shout out all the members and super chatters. You guys are incredible. Kurt, Heavy D. It's been a pleasure, as always. And yeah, we've definitely see something get us thinking, guys, after that. I'll definitely be thinking after this and ruminating. It's a smaller world than we think, right? Things are more connected than we'll understand. But there is something there, right? There's something going on. Alright, much love all. I'll see you later. If Dennis is doing a chat shortly, I'll throw some headphones on if Susie's asleep and I'll listen in chat. Alright, thank you guys. Yeah, I'll be on Instagram, available in a minute. Alright.